What's going on, y'all? What's happening? Thanks for tuning in. Not sure if you guys are familiar with IDPA matches, but just got my packet, so I got my stage planning. Just gonna go through it, study it real quick, walk you guys through it. Most of it's just gonna be me talking out loud, thinking about what shots I'm gonna take when I'm gonna get my reloads in. What's up, MCTV? What's happening, man? So I'm just glancing at them now. So usually if you're familiar with IDPA, about 3 days before the match, you usually get your stage packet. And this is where they're gonna outline basically the rules of engagement. This IDPA match is a tier 3. It's on Saturday, it's Who's Your Daddy? And I wanna say it should be 12 stages. 12 stages, and again, a lot of what you're gonna see is me just kind of walking through my game plan. Most of this might change Saturday morning when I actually physically walk it. But for the most part, this is what I'm gonna run through my head and just kind of get a feel for, where I'm gonna take my shots, how many steps I'm gonna potentially take. Am I gonna start from right to left or left to right? Again, there's lots of gaming of the system to make sure that you're most efficient as possible. So again, if you're familiar with it, you'll know what I'm doing. If you're not familiar with shooting in IDPA, I'll try to articulate it and explain some of the rules because in IDPA, it's more based off of more defensive shooting. So again, there's gonna be rules. So some of the rules are you're gonna really shoot, they call it slice the pie. So it's really what target is going to present the fastest threat to you. So if I'm behind a barricade or a wall, I'm gonna be shooting from here, I'll be shooting left to right. From this side, I'll be shooting right to left or near to far. Again, all depending on the stage plan. So again, Brookside, what's going on, man? Welcome in. Appreciate you tuning in. So this is something new. Again, just gonna go through and bear with me because a lot of it's just gonna be me thinking out loud. So this is the first stage here. Stage 1 out of 12 stages. Again, this is Who's Your Daddy on Saturday. This is up in Sturgis, Michigan. So it's a pretty big match. I think it's pretty much capped out. I shoot, just so you're aware, I shoot in carry optics. That's the division that I shoot in. I shoot in master class. So I'm a master in carry optics. Basically, the main thing for carry optics is I can only start with 11 bullets. So 10 in the mag, 1 in the pipe. That's my division capacity. So what you're gonna also see is that I'm gonna be counting my rounds because on some of these stages, you're gonna put 2 shots on paper. You'll have 1 shot on steel. And then on at least one, there's 3 shots on paper. So again, where I reload is gonna be critical, and you'll see that as I walk you through. So again, these are gonna be the starting points, SP starting points, your points of cover, position 1 through 6 here. You have 8 targets and 4 non-threats. If you're not familiar with IDPA shooting, you hit one of these non-threats, it's gonna be 5 seconds added to your time. So 5 seconds doesn't sound like a lot of time, but this stage right here is probably, again, I'm making this up. This is probably a 30-second stage. You hit a non-threat, you get 5 seconds added to your stage, 5 seconds is gonna hurt. So I usually try to leave a major match less than 15 points down. So again, that's shooting outside of the A zone, which is down 0 points. Hitting a non-threat, or again, stepping over a line, a foot foul, things like that. So again, if I can finish this match under 15 points down, I think I'll be in good position. So stage 1, I think I'm gonna start in position A. You have the option. So again, this can change. I'll give you the difference in style here in a second. But again, you can start in either A or B. Right now, I think I'm gonna start in position A because I like to move left to right. And I also like to make my reloads moving left to right because if I'm right-handed, ideally I like to be moving to my right as I reload and then transition to my next shot. So I'm gonna start in A. I'm gonna take my 2 shots here, okay? I'm gonna move to position 5 through the port. I'm gonna take my shot on T3, Now I'm going to take my shot on T2. So that's 2 shots, 2, 4, 6. I'm then going to move to position 4 and take 2 shots on 5 and 2 shots on 4. Now again, in IDPA, you're going to slice the pie. So you got to shoot the target that is that comes visible to you first. So he's the first. It's called tactical priority. So that's what it's called. Tactical priority. You're going to shoot from position 4 right to left. So that's 10 shots. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. At that point, I'm going to have one more in the pipe. I'm going to reload as I move from position 4 to position 3. That's where I want to reload at. Well, beyond position 3, because I'll always shoot those. So from position 4 to 2, I'm going to make my reload. So now I have a full mag, 10 in the mag, and then I'll have 1 in the pipe. So I have 11 shots left. From position 2, I'm going to take my 2 shots on 7, my 2 shots on 6, and then I'm going to backpedal out to position 1 and take my final 2 shots there. Now, in my head, that's what I'm going to do. Now, I think the smarter way and probably the more efficient way, and again, this could change when I walk it Saturday morning, the more efficient way might be to start in position 1, take my 2 shots, move to position 2, take my 2 shots on 7, 2 on 6, move to 3, 2, 2. Again, that's 10 shots. So that's 10 shots. I can still make my reload on the move from 3 to 5. And again, where you reload is important because again, you don't want to have to take, you got to hit every target twice, right? You don't want to take 2 shots here, take 1 shot here, run out of ammo, have to reload and then shoot them again. I want to be able to do 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, reload as I'm moving to cut down on time. And then through the porthole, I'll take my 2 here, move to position 6, and I'll take my final 2. What's the advantage of that? The advantage of that is I'm only moving forward and then laterally versus where I want to start because I prefer to move left to right. The disadvantage might be as I'm moving left to right, I then got to back up and move to position 1. So I don't know. I mean, that's going to be a hard one in that stage 1. So I haven't really decided. I usually don't decide anything until the day of the match after I actually walk it. Because again, depending on spacing, that might not be a big deal to me. But in my mind and probably how I'm going to walk it when I get back home, because I'm traveling for work this week, when I get back home, I'll probably just walk the steps. But again, as of right now, I'm going to start position A, and I'm going to make my way to the right. At least that's how I have it in my head right now. All right, so stage 2, put it in reverse. Let's see, confused. And I glanced at these earlier before all you guys got in. So bear with me again. For those of you guys that are just tuning in, I'm just thinking out loud and you guys are coming along for the ride. I'm going through the stage planning for an IDPA major match this Saturday. So again, I'm going to be reading the scenarios out loud. So again, I know you guys can read and see. I'm going through my mental reps right now before I walk this at home and before I drive to Michigan on Saturday. So confusion sets in, drive home, you find yourself dead end street with armed thugs all around, back up and get out of there. All right, so this one here, 18 rounds. This is unlimited, so shoot as many shots as you want. 18 rounds, it looks like there's 9 threats, no non-threats. 2 shots per target. This should be pretty simple. This is pretty straightforward. Now, this is actually like one of the ones that I referred to like a run and gun. This is kind of like a run and gun. There's no non-threats. Couple of targets out in the open. My guess is 5 and 8 are in the open. Now, the only thing here is this is going to be a retention shot. So if you're not familiar with retention shooting, you're going to shoot from the hip. So you're going to starting point right here. At the sound of the buzzer, you're going to draw your firearm and you're literally going to be, your elbow is going to be tucked into your side and you're going to be letting off shots basically from your hip. Again, that's why they call it retention. You're not like going to press out. And you can see here, they're going to be watching because they'll give you probably points down. Let's see here. Gun to starting range, foot down. Oh, I think it says it down at the bottom. Retention is an action defined by shooting with strong hand, side elbow, forearm, or wrist held against their strong side torso. So yeah, they're going to be watching to see if you're in truly retention fashion. So again, starting point at the buzzer, let off 2 shots, retention. Going to pop off 2 on T2, and then I'm going to make my way to position 1. So that's already 4 shots. I'll let 2 more off from the port. Position 1, that's 6. I'll then move to position 2. Now again, 8 and 5 are in the open, I'm pretty sure. Let me see. 8 and 5, yeah, they're surprise targets. So from position 2, tactical priority is going to be 7, 6, and 4. All right, so again, this is where the stage planning comes in. So if you don't shoot IDPA or USPSA, if you're not familiar with shooting, you could be great at shooting. But if you're not good at stage planning, chances are you're not going to finish really well. Some of the best shooters understand stage planning. They understand how many steps they're going to take. They understand where their opportunities are, where they need to speed up, where they need to slow down. So again, this is my first night. I just got this. They give it to you 3 days before the match. So you're seeing it as I'm seeing it. But stage planning is what gets you a match bump. You want to get first place, top 3, you got to have a good stage plan. So here are my steps, here's my reloads, here's how I envision it. 2 from retention, 2 to T2, 2 through the port, that's 6. I am then going to hit 7, that's 8. I'm then going to hit 6, that's 10. I now have 1 left in the pipe. All right, so at that point, instead of shooting this guy once and then having to reload from here and then shoot again, I'm probably going to do 1 of 2 things. Most likely, I'm going to go 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, and then I'm going to reload from here and then hit him 2, and then I'm going to sprint to P3, and as I'm moving to P3, these are the surprise targets. I'm then going to pop 5 and 8. Okay, so I'll do that on the move in between here. And then at that point, I'll move into position 3 and I'll top him off with 2 shots. So again, that's kind of how I envision that one. I'm not 100%. I might, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that's probably going to do it. That's probably going to be my best bet. That's pretty straightforward. This one here is good because I'm not really worried about non-threats. I'm going to hit him real quick from retention. My retention shots, I'll get the retention shot off in under a second. 2, 2, 2, 4, 6, that's 10. Reload, sprint across, hit these 2, and finish them off. Again, that should be pretty simple. Sorry, you guys, I'm kind of game planning, talking out loud. Sorry if I'm missing some of the comments here. Let me go back. Pool Armory. TAC 2, Brian Velez, dude, it's amazing. My most favorite gun, I'll take it. Elon, should they update the rules for IDPA? I think they most recently updated them. I think they're continuing to evolve, but they're also trying to keep it, apples to apples. I mean, I don't think you can want guys out there with race guns, but I think they have made some different updates. I think some of the stages are a little bit goofy, like they kind of a little far-fetched, but again, I enjoy it over USPSA. Yes, Bull Armory is the shit. Bro's YouTube page is live. What exact opposite of anything he's ever shot at? Bro's YouTube page is live. It's exact. I don't know what that means. What's up, Marcelo? King Ben, what's going on? 5 and 8. I do 7 at the same time. 5 and 8. 5 and 8. I do at the same time. Yeah. So 5 and 8 are surprise targets. So those are going to be on the move. You think you're making calculated decisions on the moment, delusional. Maybe, Dixon, maybe just a little delusional. My wife might agree with you on that, honestly. Delusional is probably half the battle. Sunshine, what's going on? What's happening? Hope you're doing well. Hope your week's going well. Top tier airsofter, yes. I think Filthy, I think I'd be really good at airsoft. Depends how I see it. What's going on? Oh, what's going on? All right, yeah. All right. National Mayhem, where are you shooting your match? I'm shooting up in Sturgis, Michigan. This is my 3rd major on the year. I signed up for 4 majors. The first one I took first place. Second one I took, the first one I took second place. Last one I took first place. And then this one's Who's Your Daddy up in Sturgis, Michigan. And then my 4th one's in Michigan also. May I tell a non-offensive silly joke on your Hey, Win, yeah, tell all the jokes you want, man. Long as it's not racist or hateful, tell all the jokes you want, man. This is a pretty open forum if you haven't tuned into my page. Which, by the way, you guys, if you haven't already, double tap that screen. Double tap the screen gets me the like, the thumbs up, and check out the page. If you're into shooting, competitive shooting, check out the page. That's typically what my page is on. My channel is, all about kind of 2A fitness, life, things like that. But yeah, Win, go for it, man. Go for it. We like jokes on here. My page is very laid back and chill, man. Like, again, we don't judge. No one on here trying to be cool. We just on here chilling. Staccato HP 4.5. Yeah, I like those. I mean, especially, if you're a Glock fan and you like Staccato, it's the best of both worlds. Our good friend Brian got into a bad car crash last week. Now we call him, oh my gosh. Okay. That's pretty funny. Best gun channel on YouTube. Apocalyptic, what's going on, man? Hey, I appreciate it. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Again, don't mind me. I'm going to be talking out loud. So again, I'm going to get back to just game planning and stage planning for Saturday's match. It's a big one for me. So I'm hoping to get a match bump. But honestly, there's a lot of good shooters this weekend in carry optics. So if I finish top 5, honestly, I'll be happy. Top 5, a match bump would be my dream, which I think based on how many shooters there are in the master class, I'll probably need to finish top 3, but top 5 for me, I'll be happy. Okay, back to game planning. I have it. So hold on. All right. Sunshine has a joke. I have a joke. What do men and boys have in common? They make the same phone calls. Want to ride bikes? Hey, I need to get on my bike. I haven't got on my bike but once this week, and I got yelled at by my wife because I didn't have my helmet on. How long have you been doing competitive shooting? Always wonder what it takes to start, and I'm not sure where to start other than knowing that I like to pull. Okay, so I've been competitively shooting for over a year, been kind of shooting for over 2 years in like the local matches, but competitively, like hardcore, just over a year. And again, check out the page. All my content's there. So I shoot carry optics, IDPA, master class. But you know what I would say, just jump in and start shooting. Brian, like don't second guess yourself, put your pride aside, go into it eyes wide open. Like you're going to have fun, you're going to learn, but learn all of the range commands. A lot of people get flustered with the range commands. So understand the rules, the safeties, the 180 rule, follow the range commands at all times, YouTube them so you know what they're talking about. But yeah, just go do it. Get on practice score and find some of the local matches near you, tier 1 local matches, and just sign up and go. All right, so I don't know if you're the same one I asked a couple days ago, but I just bought a Ruger 5.56. Is that good? Yeah, Ruger's a great firearm manufacturer. Yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong with a Ruger. And the good thing is if you don't like it, you could probably switch out some of the internals or make it what you want it to be. You ain't thugging. The real Mark K fanboy. I'm not trying to thug real Mark K. I'm just here thinking out loud as I game plan my stage plan. Like to put my firearms to work and not just show them on YouTube like most people. Mine actually get work every weekend. Blake Stone on my sub. Appreciate it, man. What's good? Thanks for tuning in. I'm a real fanboy. He's not trying. You should try to sit and listen before assuming, but I'll pray for you. Appreciate that, sons. Yeah, I think a lot of people who tune in for the first time, again, there's going to be trolls and, hate bait and haters, but, I appreciate the love and you saying that because that means a lot, again, just trying to share my experience and love and content. A lot of people trying to get into the 2A community and want real content and not copycat, like social media influencer selling them some bullshit. Not much to plan for IDPA. Not much to plan for on IDPA stages. FV ordnance. Yeah, well, to each his own. I guess if you go into IDPA matches, major matches. I'm not talking about local matches. I mean, do you compete in major matches or do you compete in local? I mean, local, I don't game plan for them either. But if I'm going to spend the money to go into a major, I'm expecting to either match bump or come in top 3 or get a medal or something. So I'm going to stage plan. I highly doubt most US. Nah, I would disagree. I don't disagree a lot because I think opinions matter. USPSA, you don't need the stage plan. That's just running and gunning, man. That's just shoot as fast as you can. But again, I respect the opinion. All right, let me get back to the. I'll have to check you out, FE Ordnance. Hopefully, you got some of those that shooting on the shooting content on your page. I'll check it out. Yeah, but much respect. Yeah, I've done both. I think there's more thinking and planning in IDPA than there is in USPSA. But I can for sure see the stage planning in USPSA. I just think it's less thinking. You're just, again, you can make up points through speed. In IDPA, you're not, as you know, you're not making up any type of points lost. So I think it's a little more thinking in terms of footwork, movement. But anyways, let me get back to this. Okay, so next stage, you had a slight mishap. It looks like you partied too hard on a cruise and you have a cane. Okay, so this should be a fun one. It looks like you come home and your house is being invaded and you're gonna be navigating some hallways and it looks like you're gonna be holding a cane. All right, so this should be interesting. Tactical priority, sequence reload from slide lock, reload and retention shooting cover. All right, so this one should be fairly easy, except for the fact that you have to carry a freaking cane, which again, it is what it is. So, and this is 3 best hits on target. So 18 rounds, 6 threats, 3 non-threat, and it's gonna be 3 shots. So like, this is where people mess up sometimes. So again, they go into these matches and they're not really paying attention. Maybe they're nervous, or again, they didn't memorize a lot of the stages or just walk them in advance. And they forget that you gotta hit these 3 each. So most IDPA stages, USPSA, whatever you shoot, it's gonna be 2 shots, best 2 shots. And on something like this will screw you up because they'll end up only shooting these twice and they're gonna end up getting, 30 points down, 30 seconds added because you gotta shoot it 3 times. So again, here's starting point here. T1's clearly out in the open. So at the buzzer, I'll come around, I'll pop that one twice. I'll get to the port here. I'll pop 2 and 3. Looks like 2 is gonna be probably laying on the ground or some type of angled vertical laying down. So 2, 4, 6. Look at that, I already messed up. So I already said it's 3, I'm already counting 2. So like that's how easy you can mess this up. So here I am counting 2 when I just told you guys the directions say best 3. All right, so at the sound of the buzzer, I'm gonna hit 3 here. Now, honestly, in this stage, I'm probably gonna pop this one 4 times. FE Ordnance, what division? I'm master in carry optics. I tried to go master in CCP last month, and I had a terrible match, probably my worst match ever. So I'm stuck at expert in CCP, but I'm gonna stick with carry optics. But yeah, carry optics, master. I don't know, and who knows, maybe I'll match bump. And by the way, all of my levels have been through match bumps. So I don't believe in trying to get to the next class by doing the stupid classifier. Like I like to earn my class, so I prefer to get match bumps. I don't ever do a classifier to try to move up a level. I think that's kind of like the cheesy, easy way to do it. Although it's still not easy to do a classifier and get to the next class. I prefer to like to kick everyone's ass and get my match bump. But anyways, what is a match bump? So a match bump is, let's just say you're a sharp shooter. That's your class, right? That's like in the middle. So I think you have like novice, marksman, sharpshooter, expert, master, distinguished master. So a match bump is like, you're not competing against everybody. If there's 200 shooters, you're only competing against the people that are in your class. So again, I shoot carry optics, so I'm only shooting against master class people in carry optics, which this weekend will be 30 of us, but there's probably 200 people shooting. I'm only competing against them because it's apples to apples. A match bump is when you win out. So again, if you get first place of all the masters, I would then match bump to distinguished master. If you're a sharpshooter, you would match bump to expert. So you would go up 1 level. That's what a match bump is. Okay, so back to the stage plan. This is my thoughts here. 3 shots per target. Now, since I'm carry optics, I can only have 11 rounds in my magazine. I can have 1 in the chamber, 10 in the mag. At that point, I need to time up my reload. So I'm probably gonna pop this one 4 times. My splits are probably gonna be 0.12 seconds. So again, adding a 4th shot's not gonna kill me. Even if my splits are, 0.2 seconds, that's not gonna do much damage to the overall time of the stage. So I'm probably gonna, instead of hitting this 3 times, I'm probably gonna hit it 4 times, move to position 1, so that's 4, 6, no, it's 3. Jesus Christ. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm gonna screw this one up. Hopefully I don't jinx myself. 3 shots per target. So, but I'm gonna hit this one 4, so I can get the 7 and then 10 and then reload from position 1 to position 2. So now I reload. I'm back to my capacity of 11. From here, gonna hit 4 3 times, 5 3 times. Now this is where the goofy part's gonna come in. You got that cane, right? So obviously the directions say I have to carry a cane all around. So I gotta practice this. I don't know if I'm gonna put the cane underneath my arm when I shoot, or if I'm just gonna, obviously when I'm running with the cane, I'm gonna have it in my left hand, my gun in my right hand. But I think when I go to shoot, I think I'm gonna just put it in between my legs, get my shots off, and then grab it with my left hand and move to the next position. Because you gotta move with the cane, but then you gotta put the cane in one of these ports in order to open up this trap door thing. So I'm probably gonna go 4, 3, 3, reload, 3, 3, and then stick the cane through this port that drops the door. And depending on how close these non-threats are, I'm probably gonna pop this one 3 times in the head. I'm not gonna risk going to the body. I'm probably just gonna hit him 3 times in the head. And if I can leave this stage no points down, it'll be a win for me. All right, what's your recommendation for everyday carry, preferably something with a safety switch? Man, I don't do safety switches. Other than that, that's my competition. I'm a striker fire for EDC. Who is that? It's Thomas Wu. Look, I always recommend the Glock. But I think if you had to go with something with the safety switch, I don't know many because I'm not familiar with them. I think I would go with the new CZ. I would go with the new CZ carry. That would probably be my choice. Or you can go with one of the Smith & Wessons. I think they make the M&Ps with safeties on them. But again, if it was my recommendation, Thomas Wu, and you don't have an issue with budgetary restraints, I'd go with the CZ carry. All right. Jesus Christ loves you. Believe in your heart and he died. Yes, amen, Atlantis. 100% God-fearing, service-going, deeply rooted in our faith. So Jesus Christ loves everyone. God bless you. Appreciate you. You got a gun on your monitor if you didn't know. Arthur, where do you see a gun, Arthur? I don't, maybe I'm missing it, Arthur. Sorry. Rooftop Korean in the house. You know it, man. You know it. Rooftops, that's what Koreans do best. All right, back to the stage plan, you guys. By the way, for those of you guys tuning in, if you haven't already, man, much love. Appreciate you guys just hearing out my thoughts. Again, I'm just thinking out loud. Going into a major match this weekend. Really hoping to match bump at this weekend's match. But anyways, thanks for tuning in. Double tap that screen if you haven't already. There's about 40 people in here-ish. If you don't mind, just double tap that screen. Appreciate the love. And I appreciate whoever's throwing up all the hearts as well. Much love. Is that your butt plug on top of the computer? Yeah, it'll plug a butthole up real fast. Savage 3 or whatever your name is. Yeah, it'll plug some buttholes right up. That's a paperweight, Arthur. That's good one, Rick. You should get Tim Kennedy War Hero for some tips. Maybe. I don't know. I think Tim Kennedy's battling a whole bunch of stolen valor allegations, ain't he? I don't know if I want tips from him. I'm not into stolen valor. I could be wrong. I don't want to misspeak. Condo, nah, that's not a Pit Viper. I wish I had Pit Viper money. That's just a Bull Armory TAC Pro. Start digging in, but twin, I don't know what that means. Good looking. Okay, all right. Back to the game plan. All right, so you guys got this one. This one's pretty straightforward. I think I should get out of this with no points down. 4, 3, 3, reload, 3, 3, 3 to the head. I think that'll be good. All right, warehouse rescue. Let's see what we got here. Walking through the warehouse, you encounter a group of armed thieves. Save the employees. Okay, this should be interesting. All right, so starting point, let's see here. All right, so 16 shots, unlimited, 8 threats, 4 non-threats, best 2 per target. Okay, so 1 and 2 in the open, 3 and 8 surprise targets, but only one of them could be a surprise. Okay, so I got to pick a side. All right, so this one might be interesting. Based on looking at it, I don't know what direction I'm going to go. So I don't know starting points here. I don't know if I'm going to go right or left. So at the sound of the buzzer, I'll pop these 2. So 2, 2. My initial thought process is I'm probably going to go right. So I'm going to hit him twice. I'm going to hit him twice. I'm going to move to position 1. So move to position 1. At that point, it looks like this will be visible to me. So T8 is my guess. Again, this could change when I actually get there. When I get there and actually walk it. You know, the PDF doesn't tell you everything, right? So it's not like to scale. So again, 2, 4, move to P1, pop T8 twice, so that's 6. At that point, as I'm moving to P3, because I'm probably going to go right to left on this one, although I prefer to go left to right, this becomes a surprise target. So 2, 4, 6, surprise target, 8, move to P3, hit this one twice, T4, that's 10, I have to reload, hit 5, move to P4, 6. I already shot that one, so at that point I'd sprint across to P5 and shoot 7. Now, again, that's how I might go, but I got to see the angle of 4, position 4 to T6. I only say I'm going to go right first because I like the angles that I have here on these points of cover. These look like it's going to be a little more difficult if I go left to right. So I might change it. I might shoot T2 first, T1 second, and then move to P2, where I will then shoot T3, move into P5, and as I'm moving into P5, this is a surprise target, so I'll pop him twice. So 2, 4, 6, 8, move into P5, 10. That way I can reload, move into P4, hit T6, and then move all the way across to P3 and hit T4 twice, hit T5 twice. That's probably the better option, honestly, now that I think about it. But again, I got to see the angles of 3 and 8 because only one can be a surprise target depending on which direction you go. But I think I might like the idea of going from P2 to P5 and shooting this as a surprise target after I shoot 3. But we'll see. What the fuck are we learning about guns? Why not God? Black and yellow. Hey, listen, we can talk about God too. My wife and I usually go live every Wednesday and Sunday, and we talk about God and what we learned in service on Sunday, and we can talk about anything. So my lives are usually just all encompassing, whatever's out there, whatever you guys want to talk about. But if you love God, double tap that screen, black and yellow. If you love God and you believe, He's the one and only, double tap that screen. Do a desk pop. What's a desk pop, working bum? I don't know what a desk pop is. God loves guns. And God does love guns. He loves the right to be able to defend yourself from evil. I would 100% support that. Okay, on to the next one. We're losing focus here, you guys. Losing focus. All right, so this is Get Off My Lawn. All right, Get Off My Lawn. What do you think about Ozzy Osbourne? I don't have any thoughts. Rest in peace. Thoughts and prayers for him and his family and loved ones and, people that loved him. Do a chair pop. What's a chair pop, man? Can someone tell me what a desk pop is and what a chair pop is? I don't know what any of that is. You got to do your first desk pop. All right, well, if you tell me what a desk pop is, I might do it. All right, drug runner and his gang just crossed the border. Interesting. He is trying to sell laced brownies. I want some brownies. I might have a cheat night tonight. Actually, you know what? When I'm done with this, I'm going to go do a cheat night and get some cookies or some shit from downstairs. So he's selling laced brownies to local kids from your yard. This drug-selling scumbag runs like a road runner. Oh, great. Look at this. So this is going to be a runner. I kind of enjoy runners. As you can see this here, T5, this is going to be a runner. This sucker is going to be going across. So that's going to be interesting because your transition is going to be really going to need, it's going to need to be fast. Finding around from the desk. Oh, geez. Yeah, I'm not entertaining that. Okay. All right, so this should be interesting. All right, starting point right here. Pretty straightforward. From position of cover, I'll hit him twice. I will then move to position 2. Looks like T3 is going to be an open. So 2, 4, on the move, 6, position of cover here, 8, 10. All right, so that actually works out perfect for me. That's going to work out good. So this is pretty straightforward, at least until I get to my reload. So you're going to slice the pie here. So from position 1, you're going to hit the outside and work your way in. So 2, 4, move to P2, out in the open, 6, then slice the pie, 8, 10. I am then going to reload as I run to position 3. Now this is going to be interesting here. So since the runner is going to be going from left to right, he'll be going that direction. I'm going to shoot from right to left, all right? Because the steal, the S1, is going to activate the runner. So as I get into position here, I'm going to shoot T6 twice. I'm going to hit the steal once. That'll activate the runner. I'm going to let off 3 shots to the runner. I'm going to try to get 3 fast shots before he gets even close to this non-threat, because remember, you hit the non-threat, it's 5 seconds added. 5 seconds, it'll kill your stage. And then I'll finish off T4. I'll probably hit T4 with headshots depending on how tight this non-threat is. So let me just count my shots really quick. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, reload. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I'll be fine. So again, that's kind of another straightforward one. I don't see is a close. Okay, so this port here is a knockdown port. So when you come up to the port, there's going to be a window here, and you're going to have to probably knock it down. So usually what I do is, most people, they try to go up to the port and they have their gun at the window and they try to push through the port with their left hand and they flag their hand. And if you flag your hand, it's a DQ, you get disqualified, okay? So I don't advise that. I advise holding your firearm up out of the port window or off to the side, but I prefer to punch through with my firearm. So I just keep my left hand away completely. So as I'm going up to that port right there, I'm gonna punch through with my firearm, and then I'm gonna get back on the grip, and I'm gonna shoot 2, 1, pop the runner 3 times, and I'm gonna get T4. And that's how I'm gonna run that stage. All right. Trying to catch up on the chats too, so sorry if I'm missing anything out there, you guys. All right, so next stage, let's see. Parking garage nightmare. Let's see. Parking garage nightmare. While getting out of your car in a parking garage, you are approached by a gang. Get to the exit. All right, so another kind of interesting one setup wise. This one I'm gonna have to walk. I'll probably end up changing this one based off just the complexity of it. There's a drop turn here, so you can see this one, once you hit this steel, it's gonna activate a turner. So let's see. Starting point, 1 hand, marked, gun loaded, division capacity. T6 and 7 are surprise targets. So again, these are out in the open. These are surprise. I'll have to shoot these on the move. GB, yeah, I'm gonna do a desk pop here in a second. Just let me get through the stage planning, and then I'll get your desk pop. All right, so T1 may be engaged through the car. All right, so T1 can be engaged through the car. So starting point here, sound of the buzzer, I'll shoot T1 through the car, and then I'll pop T2. All right, so, and then I'll move to position 1. So this should be interesting. Well, yeah, so through the car, over the car, move into position 1, and hit T3. So 2, 4, 6, move into position 2. I'll hit 4, that's 8, move into position 3. I'll hit 5, that's 10. So at that point, I now need to reload. But I think they said 6 and 7 are open. Yeah, 6 and 7 are surprise targets. So after I leave P3 and shooting target 5 twice, I will then reload, probably as I let the shots go, and I then be out and open. My guess is T6 is gonna probably be the first target. He'll probably be visible to me first, or maybe T7 will be. Depending on where this barrel is, T7 might be visible to me first before 6, so then I'll have to hit 7 twice. As I'm moving, I'll hit 6 twice, and then I'll move into P4, and then I'll shoot the steel, and then that'll activate. This is a drop turn. So what it's gonna do is it's gonna open and face me, so I'll have a chance to get 2 off, and then it's gonna turn, drop, it'll spin again one more time. I'll get 2 more chances, but I probably won't take them, and then that's usually what you get on a drop turner, is 2 chances. They drop pretty fast too, but once I hit the steel, I'll have my my sight right here, and I'll probably try to get 3 shots off, but we'll see. This is probably the interesting piece here. My guess is buzzer, shoot through the window. I don't think I'm going to be able to shoot through the car to 2, so my guess is shoot through the window, stand up, shoot 2, move to position 1, shoot 3. Crispy boy, that's actually incorrect. Which part is incorrect, Crispy boy? Please let me know. I need help. I need to get top 3 this weekend. I'm not going to go to the next stage, Crispy boy. What's incorrect? All right. I'll wait for you to correct me, because I love feedback and I love help. I'm not the type to turn down any type of help. I need all the help I can get, honestly. All right, so break time, do not disturb. You've taken a fast food job to supplement that retirement. I can't wait till I retire. As you step out to take a break, several armed robbers are planning to use you to enter into the back door while their buddies enter from the front door. Make believers out of these hooligans that you do not like to be disturbed during your break. That's hilarious. Make believers out of these hooligans. All right, those are the marching orders. All right, so 17 rounds unlimited, 8 threats, 5 non-threats, 1 steal, best 2 per target. All right, pretty straightforward. S1 activates the swinger, so this is the swinger. Those are always fun. I tend to struggle with these every now and then. I'm hit and miss. Some matches I do real good with the swinger. In some matches, I just completely drop the ball. Let's see, 1 foot. All right, so this should be pretty simple here. Let's see what I'm gonna do. I haven't seen this one, so starting position, T2, 1, 2. So in IDPA, you'll shoot this one near to far. So remember, it's either near to far or it's slice to pie, basically outside in. So 2, 4, move 1, 5, 2, 2, steal. Okay, this is pretty easy. So I'm going to sound of the buzzer, 2, 4, move to position 1. I'd have to start here. So I'd have to go outside in. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So this is the tricky part. Once you shoot this, you're going to activate this. So as soon as you shoot this, you're going to activate the swinger, which means you're going to need to hurry up and clean this last one up, unless if you shoot this last. Quickly move to P2, 2, 2, and then get your swinger. Because my guess is not all swingers are the same. This ain't going to just keep freaking swinging and waiting for you to mosey your ass on over here. Once you pop this, this is going to swing maybe 5 times, you know, depending on the weight. It might go more. I don't know, but I'm not going to risk it. So I think what I'm going to end up doing on Saturday is I'm going to go 2, 2, move the P1, 6, 8, 10, and then I'll have 1 round left, and I'm going to pop this guy to activate that, and then I'm going to reload as I'm moving from P1 to P2, and then I'm going to pop 2, 2. I'm going to try to get 3 shots off here. That's probably going to be my game plan. Staccato, Ziget, hopefully I pronounced that right. That's a Bull Armory Tac Pro. So think of a staccato. It's basically what it is, but these are made in Israel. They're direct order. You can't get them in a store. You can't just go into your normal local shop and be like, oh, give me that. These are direct order. They sell out in like within the hour. But check it out, Bull Armory Tac Pro. D Coog. So always grew up just shooting. Got into it competitively over the last couple of years, hyper competitively in the last year, like shooting major matches. But ended up just going to my local range, membering, hanging out with the guys. You know, just my friend. He's a really good shooter. He's like a master in like four different classes. He's been kind of just mentoring me and giving me tips. But yeah, just compete every week. Compete usually weekly at local matches. And I had 4 majors this year. I'm going into my 3rd one. Weston. Okay, so basically what I'm explaining is a game plan. So this is an IDPA match. It's a tier 3 sanctioned match. So it's 12 stages and it's the game plan. So this is what on Saturday I'll go in and I'll shoot. So it's 12 different stages. And again, you don't want to go in blind, right? You kind of understand where you're going to like make your steps. Are you going to go right, left, or you know, are you going to go back first, front first? So again, it's just game planning. So it's like kind of having like, I'd say it's like having the answers to the test. Now you still got to execute, right? You still got to execute when you get out there and get your shots on target. But it's like the answers to the test. They give you the stage plan 3 days before the actual match. Yes, so John covered it as well. It's for competitive shooting. Okay, so that one's pretty easy. Again, starting point, I'm gonna go 2, 2, move to P1, 6, 8, 10, and I'm use my 11th shot on the steel so I can reload. Now the problem is here is I'm saving this one for my 11th shot. Remember, I'm carry optic, so I only have 11 shots before I have to reload. So what's gonna suck is if I 2, 2, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and on my 11th shot I miss, then I'm gonna have to waste time reloading, taking a second shot, and that's gonna screw me up. Versus what I probably could do is 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. And if I miss, this will be my 9th shot. I could just take another one, but either way, I'm gonna have to reload. So bottom line is I can't afford to miss this. Bottom line. So what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to take my time. I'm probably going to slow down. I'm just going to take a breath, exhale, and then pop off my shot. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, deep breath, take my 11th shot, pray I don't miss, reload, 2, 2. I'm going to try to get 3 shots off on the swinger. John, I haven't. I've seen some of the bowling pin matches in my area, but I haven't signed up for one. I want to, though. They look fun. I've never done it. I've only seen them on YouTube. All right. Let's see what this one. Bath day at the old MD house. All right. It's finally Saturday, and you've been looking forward to a bath all week. Interesting. Your nurses get you situated. When you hear a commotion in the halls, bath time is about to become bath time's going to become snack time. Snack time or stack time? I don't know. Stack up bodies. I don't know. All right. So it looks like you're going to be in the shower. This should be interesting. So it looks like I'm in a freaking shower holding a bar of soap. Now, you know, I don't know about being in a bathtub holding a bar of soap, but if I want to win. I guess I got to do what I got to do. Retrieve. So it looks like you got to retrieve your gun and then engage all shots 2 rounds. So 7 threats, 14 rounds, 4 non-threats. Okay. So my guess, I could be wrong. Again, you know, graphics, a PDF doesn't tell you everything. My guess is you're going to be in the shower holding your bar of soap, and then you're going to have your mag, and your firearm. So you're not going to have anything on you. So you got everything, and it's unloaded. So at the sound of the buzzer, you're going to run up. I typically like to grab my spare mag and put it in my holster, while at the same time grabbing my firearm. So I'm going to grab my spare mag into my sidecar. At the same time, I'm going to have my firearm, and then I'll grab my main mag. I'll insert it. I'll make ready, and then I will most likely go left because I like going left to right. But that's not going to matter because I'm going to probably have to go back and forth. Yeah. All right. So this will be a different one. What's up, Liam? What's happening? Welcome in. Zachy Poo, where is Red Hill? I don't know where Red Hill is at. I'll have to Google it. All right. So this one's going to be tricky because either way, no, this should be fine. This should be fine, I think. That one's there. Yeah, this should be fine. Okay, I don't think I'm going to have to zigzag. So, start in the shower. All your loading devices, firearms here. At the sound of the buzzer, grab, make ready. I'm going to move to P1. I'm going to shoot 2, 4. I'm then going to move to 6, shoot T1. So, 2, 4, 6. I'm going to move to 5. That'll be 8. Move to 4. Outside in. 10. I'll have to reload here. That's going to suck. And then, yeah, so I'll just move. Again, if I'm reading this correctly, again, everything's not to scale. I'll end up going from P1, shooting T2, T3, 2, 4, move to P6, 6, 5, 8, move to 4, 10. I will then reload here, hit 5, and then just reload. Move to P3 and hit 7. That should be straightforward. That's cut and dry. Unless if I'm not seeing something here and I'm expected to go to 2, hit these, and then move to 1 and then work my way across, which I don't think I am. I'm going to work my way that way. FV Ordnance. So what match is this for? This is for Who's Your Daddy in Sturgis, Michigan. I think I have Who's Your Daddy in Michigan, and I think I have Michigan State Championship after that. I just wrapped up. What did I just wrap up? I wrapped up, what the hell was the one in West Virginia? I'm blanking. What West Virginia was. Yeah, I don't know. That was my last one, was the one in West Virginia. All right. Bingo night. Bingo night at the home for NMDs. Bingo is sadly what you look forward to more than bath nights. It appears hooligans intend to take the proceeds. Great. Another sort and stack adventure. All right, so you're going to be sorting and stacking more people at the bingo house. For those of you guys that want a table pop, or what do you call it, a desk pop? You'll get a desk pop here, because I'm assuming I'm going to be at a desk right here. Playing bingo, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, Jerry's still out there. I don't think he's putting a ton of content out, but he's definitely still out there. I've seen him as of recent. I just don't think he's putting out as much content as what he used to. I could be wrong. I don't really follow like a lot of those like, high-end, super crazy grandmasters. I usually try to learn from like the people that are a little more on my level, so I can actually mimic and develop and try to imitate what I see like they do, versus like the Jerrys of the world who are just like ridiculously fast. Like, I think that's where a lot of people go wrong when they get into shooting, is they go and they watch the best shooters, and then they go and try to like imitate that, and they're like terrible, and they realize, oh, this is actually really difficult, and it becomes defeating. So my recommendation for any new shooters is you know, understand where you're at and start building from there. Don't try to go from 0 to 60 and be the Jerry's of the world, or you're just going to learn bad habits, or you're going to have poor shots and you're going to look crazy and you're going to look goofy because you're going to be trying to go so fast. That's not aligned with your skill set. So yeah, I don't usually watch a lot of the guys that are like big name grandmasters. Again, for me, it's just I want to be able to watch and imitate what I see. John, I use a 9mm. I usually shoot 115 grain because mine's ported. I have 8 ports on the top. If you're familiar with a Bull Armory TAC Pro, it's a V8 port, so it has 4 ports on each side. So mine likes the little more of the spicier ammo, doesn't like the slow shooting stuff. The faster the better. The spicier ammo, she actually runs better, surprisingly. All right, so let me get back on track because I need to memorize these tonight, and then I need to study them again tomorrow and the next day, and then make the 4-hour trip to Michigan. So starting point looks like, I don't know what T is. What is that? I'm assuming that's T1, but I don't know why it's one of those targets, why it has a hole cut out. 2 rounds of fault lines. Okay, this is pretty simple. 9 threats, 5 non-threats, 18 rounds. I don't know why this is cut out like this. I guess I'll find out. But here's the thing. Again, if you're not familiar with shooting, or you're a newbie, most people at the sound of the buzzer, they're just going to go and start shooting this. Well, chances are this one's here for a reason. So my guess is as your foot, because your foot has to be on the starting point. If you don't step to the side, either right or left, in this scenario, I'm probably going to step right. You shoot this through the A zone and you're going to hit this non-threat. So that's why they put it there, right? Because they don't want you to just stand here. They want you to actually draw your firearm and step over. So I'm probably going to step right, pop T1 twice. And at that point, tactical priority is going to work near to far. So I'm going to go 2, 4. This is probably same priority. They're even. So 2, 4, 6, 8. 10, reload, 2, 4, 6, 8. All right. So naturally, some people are going to want to shoot this T9 after 6. You can't. Tactical priority should be near to far. So there's going to be essentially, take this one away. Essentially, there's going to be 4 layers. First layer, second layer, third layer, fourth layer. So I'm going to have to go tactical priority, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, reload, 2, 4, 6, 8. And my guess is these are going to be the tricky ones. And that, depending on the distance, my guess is this is probably going to be 15 yards. Not hitting this non-threat is going to be key. So if I can escape this stage here down, maybe down 2 or 3, I'll be fine. But again, down 0 is the best case scenario. Okay. Wash day. Next stage. It's laundry day at the old MD's home. Thugs decide they need some cleaning. They need some clean clothes. Save your family. Don't leave them out to dry. All right. So looks like we're going to be saving our family here, y'all. This is where all your shooting and training and dry firing and all that good stuff is going to come into play. So this is 17 rounds, 8 threats, 4 non-threats. Oh, and there's 1 steal. All right, so you got a steal target here. It's going to activate the swinger. Again, swingers, yeah, those are tough. All right, so starting point, where's the starting point? All right, so it looks like starting point's here. Yeah, so this is kind of interesting. I don't know if it's laundry. My guess is you're holding that basket, but let me go back. Gauge on Caleb holding. Yeah, so you're holding the laundry basket in your strong hand. Okay, so I'm right-handed, so I'll be holding the laundry basket with my right hand. At the sound of the buzzer, I'll drop the basket and I'm going to go to work. So tactical priority here is going to be near to far. So buzzer, drop, and my guess is probably going to work I don't like the angle of T2 from here. I might work my way here to this side, hit T1, and then I rather hit T2 from this side. Well, I'm not going to be able to get T3 then. You're probably going to have to move twice on this, honestly. That's why they got these stupid towels up here. So so you don't shoot through. I'm probably going to have to move here. 2, move over here. 2. I might need to move back over here. That one I'm going to have to walk. Again, this is where paper doesn't do any justice. So either way, I'm going to go to work. 2, 4, 6. I'm going to move into position 2. And it looks like I'm going to have an open shot on T8. So 2, 4, 6, 8. Move into P3. Where's T7? T7 might be an open. T1, nope, T7 is not an open. Okay, so that's interesting. So from P3, I'm probably going to end up shooting T8 and T7. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 from P3. But that's so weird. What is this P2? What are you shooting from P2? I wonder, okay, I might have this wrong. And again, this ain't the scale. So 2, 4, 6. Move to P2. You probably have visibility from P2 to T8. So P2, T8. This is where I can't cross this line. I cross this line, I'm probably gonna get like a penalty point. Then P3, I'm gonna take my shots on T7. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I'm then going to reload, and it looks like, no. I hate paper. I might have this one wrong. P2, yes, T8, T7, and then from P3, I'll have my shots on 5 and 4. So this is 7 yards, so this shouldn't be that bad. I'm sure they're going to make this non-threat pretty tight. So 2, 4, 6, P2, 8, 10, reload, move to P3, take my shot outside in, T5, T4, move to P4, and you'll hit this little steel target here. It'll activate the swinger. So that one should be pretty easy. I'm not overly worried about that one. And I think that's it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So that's my first glance at my stage plan. That's how I go through it, you guys. If you got any questions, comments, if you're looking to get into shooting, let me know. Bruh, you never going again. Real killers leave the gunmen. I don't know what that means, TT. That don't make any sense. Bruh, you never going against real killers leave the gun. Yeah, I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means, TT. Rephrase that so I can understand it. But yeah, so that's how I go through my stage planning. Again, if it's a local match, you know, I'm not going to go into this detail, although I do. You know, if I have maps of a local match, I'll study them. I'll look at them just so I have a feel for what I'm getting into. But when you go to these tiered matches, these sanctioned matches, one, they're not cheap. Typically, you're driving and you're staying in a hotel. Yeah, I'm going to do my work. I'm going to do my homework. So if you take shooting seriously, you know that you got a stage plan, and you got to memorize these, and you got to understand footwork, you got to understand timing, you got to understand where your liability shots are, where you're going to slow down, where you're going to speed up. So yeah, I'll go through this probably a couple of more times tonight, and then I'll actually get home tomorrow night. I'll walk it in my basement. I mean, I'm not going to have all this stuff to set up, but I can still kind of walk my steps and understand like where I want to move, where I need to lean, how I need to position my feet, what foot I need to push off of. So I'll do this all in my basement tomorrow. Friday night, I'll drive to Michigan, and then the match starts 8 a.m. on Saturday. So I'll just replay this over and over again in my head until I have every stage memorized. Now, I believe I start on stage 6. I'm pretty sure I start on stage 6. So if I'm in squad 6, that means I'm going to start on stage 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm on squad 6. I'm going to start on stage 6. So this is the one that I'm going to memorize first. So this is, out of all the stages, this is what I'm going to want to memorize because I want to start the match off strong. I probably want to have one of my best performances on stage one. That's really going to set the tone for me. What trigger is that? Hot Cup, that trigger right there is a Bull Armory trigger. It actually comes with the firearm. So it's a Bull Armory trigger. It's probably, my guess is under 3 pounds, maybe 2.5 pounds is probably what it is. They ship at about 3.5 pounds. 3 to 3.5 pound is what they ship. Obviously mine's way broken in, so it's definitely sub 3. Today I finally passed my CQB course. Man, congratulations on that, Kolba. Hopefully I pronounced that right. Yeah, that's all. I want to do a CQB course. That's one thing that I haven't gotten into. There's not too many shoot houses or areas that offer that in my area, or places that offer that. But I do want to get into that. But cool, man. Would love to see some video of that. All right, so this is where I'll start on Saturday. So I'm just gonna look at this a few more times. And again, like, you know, it all comes down, if you're familiar with competitive shooting, it all comes down to stage planning, solid shots. Again, you don't want to go so fast that you're dropping points, because again, you end up with down 20. I mean, 20 seconds is a lot. That's like a lifetime in the world of shooting. You're figuring some of these stages, they last about 24 seconds, 30 seconds tops. You lose 10, 12 points, which equate to seconds. I mean, that's like crazy. Like there's no way you can win. I totally passed my, that's a sweet pistol, but it shouldn't be in black. What color should it be, Officer Balls? They do make them in stainless steel. They just drop stainless steel tops. I'm into black though. I'm into black. Right? It's just, that's what I think it should be. Mic check. Yeah, 100% you can watch my 6. Long as you're a good shot. Are you a good shot? Mic check. No, don't trust that guy to watch your 6. All right, Officer Balls. Okay. All right, mic check. I don't know. Officer Ball says I can't trust you, man. I got kids, dude. I gotta survive. I can't have someone watching my 6 that I can't count on. Chance to stop, brother. New here. Nice 2011. I got my Staccato CS with Holosun 508T and Streamlight. Nice. You got it decked out, man. All decked out. Love it. Sub being shipped out to me tomorrow from across the U.S. Nice, man. Nice, Chance. And so welcome to the Staccato Club. I almost got a Staccato, but I ended up going with my Bull Armory instead. But yeah, congratulations. You are, if you own anything else other than 2011, you might as well just get rid of it, because you're never going to give them a time of day. Like, everything just fades away when you get your first quality 2011. I just wanted you to say, Officer Balls. Well, mission accomplished. They should change the rules to IDPA. Elon, what do you think they should change? Like, anything specific that you think they should change in IDPA? I'm just curious. What's up, Yasha? What's good? Thanks for tuning in. Wait, can I ask you a serious question? Yeah, man, you can ask me a serious question or a not serious question. You ask whatever you want. That's the good thing about my lives and my page. You can ask, say whatever you want, man. I got thick skin. There's nothing, nothing you're gonna say that offends me. You can't get on YouTube live and be a channel or a content creator and be worried about what people say. Yasha, yeah, North Korea, 100%. Yeah, it's a 2011. It's a Bull Armory TAC Pro 2011. My dad has a Gen 2 Glock 17L and wants to sell it for like $350. It's like brand new. You seem like you know guns. Gen 2. Yeah. I mean, I think that might be fair. I wouldn't sell it for nothing less than $350. I mean, you can get a Gen 5 for $5, So I guess if it's brand new, I think $350 might be fair. Maybe I would try to get 4 since it's a 17L. I don't know how common those are. And some people like the Gen 2, older model, retro type stuff. But I personally, I'm not into the dealing side of things. I would probably say nothing less than $350. Chanson, yeah, it's ported. It has V8 ports. So it has 4 ports on each side. Bull Armory calls them V8 ports, but yeah, 8 ports. Hey Miguel, what's going on? So G45 Radium Ram jet, love it. I mean, you would have it fully decked out at that point, Miguel, Magoo. Hey Magoo, if I'm saying that wrong. Yeah, so G45 Radium Ram jet. I mean, you can't go wrong. Johnny Glock's competition trigger. I mean, you're definitely probably at that point, you're investing twice as much into the pistol as what the pistol costs. And again, if you can afford that and that's within your budget, by all means, go ahead. I would say if that's not within your budget, don't do it. I don't think the ROI is worth paying 3 times as much for the firearm just to put those things on it. But I am a huge fan of the 45. I have a 19X. My wife shoots it. My son shoots it. As you know, it's pretty much the same thing. Dr. Emmett, what's good, man? You just missed it, Dr. Emmett, man. I went through 12 stages of game planning of what I'm going to do Saturday. They finally just released the tier 3 match for Saturday. I just got it, and I just went through trying to memorize the stages. Some of them are complicated. Some are a little more complex. Some are a little more straightforward, cut and dry, run and gun. So I think I'll be fine. Now the only thing is I just need to get my shots on target, and I need to take first place. But we'll see. Appreciate you tuning in, Dr. Brown, though. Always love. Or do you think they should add an open category where mags can be fully loaded exactly how you carry, since IDPA is supposed to be concealed? Yeah, you know what? I don't know if I have an opinion, Elon. I think that it needs, if it's based around self-defense, I mean, not a lot of people are walking around with sticks down their pants. It's not realistic. I mean, let's be honest. Most people don't even EDC as it is. Most people that actually own don't truly EDC 7 days a week, 365, 24 hours out of the day. To think that, people are walking around with 20 round, 25, 30 round sticks. I mean, depending on where you live, maybe what type of clothes you wear. But I don't think that's realistic. Now, for people that enjoy IDPA versus USPSA, should they create some type of open category? Maybe. But then again, I mean, think about it. You're going to have this long ass stick hanging, because you got to wear a cover garment, right? So IDPA, you have to be concealed. It's not like you can go outside the waistband so you can have a 20 round stick sticking out. You got to have a cover garment on. So you got to have something concealing your weapon. So, you're going to look crazy with that thing hanging out your shirt or something. Just my opinion, though. Thanks, what's happening? Well, thanks for tuning in. Welcome in, everybody. So for those of you guys that are just tuning in, I'm just studying my game plan. So I got my major match on Saturday. If you follow the page, just got my packet in, going through the stages, counting my shots, looking for opportunities of where I might have a tight shot with a non-threat, if I want to move right to left or left to right. So basically just doing my homework. On the stage where you have the steel on round 9 and then the target behind the barrel for 10, 11. I don't remember if you said it, but you have to hit the steel before paper or get a PE. I don't think so. I could be wrong, but usually when I get there, we get through the walkthrough. I'll ask the question. This, I think it was one of this. Which one was it? Was it this one? Let me know if it's this one. I don't know. I'll ask the question when I get there just to be sure, because again, I can't afford 3 seconds or whatever it is for a penalty. I'll usually ask for a clarification. Most clubs, the range officers through walkthrough, they're very helpful. They'll answer the question and they'll let you know if you got to shoot in a certain tactical priority. It's a little wonky when it comes to steel. I don't know. Again, I don't know if this is included in tactical priority. But again, every club seems to be different. You let me know if you're familiar with IDPA, the actual rule book. I don't study the rule book, but I don't think steel comes in the priority order. And I could be wrong. I think it's going to be here, 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 and when you want. I don't think I have to go here, here to the steel. But again, I'll ask that question when I get there. It looks like priority is steel, then final paper. Possibly. It's very possible. They probably want you to have to reload right there, but again, I don't know. If I can game the system and they tell me I don't have to shoot that one in priority order, then I'm not. I'm going to bypass it take T3 and then take my 11th shot on S1. So we'll see. If not, I'll be fine. I mean, if I do have to shoot in tactical priority, I'll go 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, and I'll end 10, 11. So honestly, that's not that bad either. If you were on earlier, I think you were. I mean, that's not the end of the day, right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then just reload on the move. So, I mean, either way, I'll be fine. I just figured if I don't have to shoot that in tactical priority, if I could shoot that last, I can get over here and time this up, depending on how fast this, that's another thing, right? So it's another thing, depending on what they say about this. Once I see how fast this swings, that's going to determine too, even if I can, do I want to shoot this last or do I have to shoot it in tactical priority, depending on the choice. Depends on how fast this swings. Again, we'll see what they say. Good call out though. At least on the Northeast. It's probably the same too here, R2. Armoto. I could just be confused, but again, you know, once I get there, I'll ask so I don't screw it up, and then I'll go from there. Either way, you guys are going to see the video footage. So I'll be done probably 4 p.m. on Saturday. I usually have my match videos uploaded by Sunday evening, so you guys will see how I do. Do I need a license to dispose of a body? I don't think so. I don't think they have a license for that. You get a one-way ticket to jail, though. You get a one-way ticket to prison. I don't think you need a license for a one-way ticket to prison. Yeah, I just wanted to save you from a PE. So good call out, man. I appreciate that. And look, that's why I love, you know, I love the interaction of live. And, you know, a lot of times people get on your videos and they just critique and a lot of hate and, you know, stupidity. But the lives, you actually get feedback. You know what I mean? Like you, clearly you're a shooter. You do IDPA. And that's gonna be in my mind, so to make sure I don't screw that up. So again, I love the feedback. Some people are really defensive on YouTube, you know. Luke Goblin, what's up, man? I ain't seen you around in a while. Welcome back to the page. Yeah, you know, a lot of people on their channels, you know, super defensive. That's not me. You know, listen, if someone wants to give me feedback, great, I'll take it. I got a lot to learn, and even though I'm a master class shooter, still got a long way to go. You know, again, the goal is to get to distinguished master. So appreciate the feedback. What does it taste like? Metal, probably tastes like steel. I say it definitely tastes like probably oil because I keep her lubed up real good. You can probably see how lubed up she is from here. So I'd say low hanging nuts probably taste a mixture of gunpowder, oil lube, and steel. That would be my guess. I don't know. Hopefully that answers your question. That stage is the first one that I turned into, but I do stage planning for all my majors as well. So this is good to see. Yeah, good for you, man. How long you been shooting R2R? What are you? Are you classified or do you just shoot for fun? And what do you shoot? What division? Division and class? What is the reference of the gun you're showcasing, please? That's a Bull Armory TAC Pro. So the Bull Armory TAC Pro made in Israel. I would say it's probably what you might know as a staccato. Most people know the name staccato, and it's, you probably see the name of the page. It's Uncommon Korean. A lot of my videos are going to be kind of different. I try to be different. I try to be a little bit different than most of the 2A stuff that you see online, the content, you know, what people talk about. I usually go against the grain. So again, it's going to be a lot of my content. I kind of go against the grain, and I didn't want to get a staccato because everybody has a staccato. You go to any match and all of the staccato fanboys just love their staccatos. I don't want a staccato. I wanted to be different, so I got a Bull Armory. Now, when I got that, you know, well over a year ago, a lot of people didn't know about Bull Armory. It's not until like maybe the last 6 months that everyone's jumping on the bandwagon. But yeah, I got it because I wanted something different. I wanted something that nobody had. Everyone has the Bull Armory, like the competition race guns. No one had that model right there. I've never seen it in 2 years come across a TAC Pro. R2R, master and carry optics, nice. SSP, expert in everything except bug and revolver. Been competing for about 3 years. Nowhere near the best though. Yeah, that's awesome, man. Listen, if you're a master in both Carry Optics and SSP. That's pretty awesome. So kudos to you. Hopefully you have some content, man. I'll have to check you out, your page if you have a page. But yeah, congratulations, man. That's big stuff. So any tips, if you haven't already, subscribe to the page. You know, check it out. Any tips you have for me, let me know. More than excited to take tips and feedback from another master. I got my wifey to go with us today, getting her more comfortable, and now she has a favorite Glock 380. Nice, nice. Is the Shield a 380 as well? Blitz yo ass on your forehead as well. Okay. Yeah, whatever that means. All right, so I'm gonna scroll back up and make sure I have everything memorized. R2R, do you do more IDPA than USPSA, or do you do both? I mix mine up a little bit. Like I do about 80% IDPA and I do about 20% USPSA. I just kind of like the fact that the USPA pushes me to go faster. So I just try to balance out the speed with the accuracy. I was doing 50-50 at one point, but it was screwing me up. I felt I was deteriorating in both IDPA and USPSA by doing both. Big Bearded Warrior, what's good, my brother, man? What's up, man? Hey, I love your motivation, man. I love checking out your page. It motivates me, especially those days where I'm just not feeling it. You know, a lot of your stuff is super motivational, so much love. So yeah, I felt I was going backwards. So I started doing 25%, 25% USPSA and mostly IDPA. I wanted to focus on getting master class in as many divisions as I can. So hopefully I match bump this week. I don't know. I think based on the numbers, I got to finish top 3 to make a match bump. But I don't know. The competition is going to be stiff. We'll see what happens. What's a good short and pump shotty? Damn. That Mossberg makes a short shotty. But man, why would you go with the short one for a bedside? I'd go with the big boy. All right. So R2R, I was going to ask you about, you weren't here, so when he started earlier, I was going to ask you about one of these other stages, man, on what you thought. I think it was, these are pretty cut and dry. Oh, it's this one. R2R, if you're still out there, hey, look at this one, man. Depending on where these points of cover are, I don't know if I'm going to go right or left. My gut tells me, because I like to move left to right and reload left to right, I'm going to go T2, T1. I'm going to move to P5, obviously. Well, actually, P2, I'll have to shoot T3, and then on the move, this will be in the open. And then P5, I'll shoot this one, and then work my way. I just don't know about this stupid line here. Maybe it's just, again, it's not drawn to scale. But if it's out this way a little more, then I'll take T6, move all the way to P3, and then 4 and 5. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts on that one. 90% IDPA, 10%. Yeah. So same here. Same here. Yeah. I each month I go back and forth. If I see a USPSA that's not on the same weekend as IDPA, I'll hit it up. My goal is to win a major in IDPA, and that is what I am pushing for, but still working on it. Yeah. So I won. Yeah. I don't know where you're at. If you're familiar with, why am I blanking on the West Virginia one? I took my first win. What the hell was it? Oh my God, I can't believe it. Anyways, the West Virginia State Championship. I took my first place, which got me to master. So I was pretty stoked about that. But the key is now I gotta duplicate it. Hopefully, I got 2 more majors. So I have this one, then I have the Michigan State Championship. So we'll see what happens. Sunshine, appreciate you. Much love. Hope you have a great night. Have a great week. Much love, and you be well, be safe. Talk to you later. That plan works. I really don't see anything I would do different, but no telling until I see. Yeah. So that's the thing. Usually, depending on distance, I might change it up a little bit. But as of right now, I think I'm going to go left to right. I couldn't really tell off how they drew those fault lines. Thanks, Sons. Appreciate it. All right. What else is going on? What else is going on out there, y'all? That's the game plan. That's the game plan, and I'm sticking to it. I'm actually going to down this. I'm going to down this ghost, and I'm going to study these maps 3 more times tonight, memorize them. I'm going to dream about them, and I'm going to do it all again tomorrow. And I'm actually going to walk them in my basement where I'll actually have my good old handy dandy bull armory. So I'll actually walk this in the basement tomorrow night when I get home, and just keep practicing. But that's the work you got to put in. You know, a lot of people that get into, you know, the competitive shooting scene, they think they can not shoot for weeks and weeks and then go out there and like rip it up. And what they find out that it's not like riding a bike. It's not like, okay, well, you know, I did it once, I can go out there and perform. You know, that's not realistic. You know, if you want to perform on demand consistently all the time, you got to put in the reps, you got to put in the work, you got to put the rounds down range, you got to do your dry firing. You know, it sounds a little cliche. But people talk about it all the time. You know, this is what they do, this is what they do. But when they get out there on the actual range, in competition mode, you can tell who's actually putting in the work and who's not. So again, it's one thing to talk it, another thing to actually live it. You know, I'm typically trying to compete every single week. If I can't compete, like I actually ducked out of one last weekend. I was just too exhausted. Ended up spending some time with my wife. What's up, Paul? Hey, I appreciate that. Yeah, good friendly reminder. Thanks, Paul. Double tap that screen, man, if you guys haven't already. For those of you all that have double tapped or subbed, appreciate you, much love. But yeah, double tap that screen if you haven't already. Good reminder, Paul. But yeah, so I ducked out last Saturday, which is probably why you haven't seen any content over the weekend. I was just too exhausted. It was hot. It's been hot in the Midwest. So I ducked out of that match. Honestly, probably needed a little bit of a break too. I've been going nonstop every single weekend. I don't want to be burnt out either. I still want to have fun. So we'll see. I have this major match Saturday. I have a 2-gun match, and then I have another IDPA local match, and then I have my final major, which I'm pretty sure is the Michigan State Championship, maybe August 10th, somewhere right around there. YouTube for past events that are identical walkthroughs. Not sure what you mean, Dr. Brown. Sorry if I'm confused. Is that a model or a real? Luna, no, that's real. So check out the page. Go to my page. Subscribe if you haven't already, Luna. You can see all of my content. Most of the page is built on 2A content, so you could check out all the videos. Most of my content's going to be on shorts, short videos, more for entertainment. I have some long content. I'm trying to build my long content videos right now. This one I'm looking forward to. The map. Each wall target steps forward. Each wall target. YouTube for past events. Each wall target steps forward. I think you're referring to YouTube for the past events. If I'm reading this correctly, yes. So for this match here, Who's Your Daddy, I've actually YouTubed Who's Your Daddy from last year and the year before. And I've kind of just watched some of their stages. They switch up the stages every year, but at least I can get a feel for how some of their previous maps have been. So yeah, I have YouTubed their previous annual matches and kind of got a feel. Although they're a little bit different, they are relatively still kind of the same. I think I answered that correctly. All right. So again, you guys, for those of you guys that are out there, trying to monitor some of the chat, but again, I'm probably going to be just thinking out loud as I walk through these stages again. This one I'm kind of excited about, only because I like some of the realistic style stuff where I'm going to be shooting through a car. So it looks like I'm going to be shooting through the window and then over top the car and then moving. So I mean, again, that's pretty realistic. You know what I mean? Like, this is real life scenario. Some of the other stuff where I'm holding a laundry basket or, you know, a fucking rake or something like that, I mean, maybe you might be holding a rake or a laundry basket, hand washing your freaking undies. I don't know, maybe. I'm not going to be, but this is very realistic here. So this would be good practice. The good thing is the last couple of local matches, I've had the opportunity to shoot either from inside or through the car. So it's not like this is going to be foreign to me. Is it indoors like urban training, or are you doing outdoor straight up targets? Yeah, so most of the matches that I do, Dr. Brown, are outdoors. I only do indoor when it's winter time. So in winter, obviously the outdoor ranges shut down at a certain point in time. So then I'll go to the indoor ranges. But I don't really like indoor ranges. They're loud. You got all like the gunpowder, and the floor is usually just kind of slippery. I like shooting outdoors. Moving targets, yeah. So a lot of these have some moving targets. So this one's a moving target here. So this is a swinger. So this one here, I'll start here, Dr. Brown. I'll pop two. I'll move to point 1. And then I'll have to hit 5, 4, and then 3. And then at that point, that should be my 10 shots, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yep. So I'll reload at point 1. I'll hit the steel, and that'll activate the swinger. So I'd say probably a third of them have moving targets. One of them has a runner. Here's another swinging target. So I'll have to shoot this steel to activate the swinger. Where's the runner at? The runners are usually pretty fun. Here's a runner. So these runners are usually pretty fast too. So like once you hit the steel, you immediately got to swing over. So in this scenario here, since the runner is going left to right, I'm gonna hit T6. So I'm gonna come into this port, T6 steel, and immediately transition to the runner. I'm gonna try to get 3 shots off right here. Just got to stay away from the non-threat. You hit the non-threat, it's 5 seconds. So I'm going to try to get 3. As soon as I hit the steel, I'm immediately going to transition. There's usually a delay because this steel has to actually fall down. So once you shoot it, it usually takes like a slow fall. By that time, I'm already going to have my optic right here. And as soon as it starts moving, I'm going to hit it 3 times, and then I'll finish up there. So yeah, that's that. The good thing about moving targets is, targets like this, it really tests you. The competitive scene, period, is, in my opinion, the best way to train. Standing still, just static shooting, I'm not a fan of that. Again, if that's all that you have to do, then yeah, you got to do something, right? Something's better than nothing if you want to train. But I'm not a fan of static shooting. I like to move my feet because that's realistic. I like targets that are moving because that's realistic. No one in a gunfight is going to be standing still. Like, it's just, I've never seen it, and I think it's very unlikely. So again, having to navigate footwork, balance, grip, sweaty palms, moving targets, like, to me, like, that's realistic training. I mean, I compete because I enjoy it. It's fun. I'm competitive by nature. But I also think like this is training, right? Static shooting at a paper target 5 feet in front of you, like that's not training. Like this right here, this is real life training. And it's fun. On that stage, make sure to watch that steel on the other runs. I think left paper, steel, right paper, and then runner might be possible. Let me read that again. Make sure to watch that steel on the other runs. I think left paper, steel, right paper. Yeah, so I thought about that. And to your point, yes, I need to see how fast that steel drops and how fast that runner is going. My only concern is then I'll have to transition back. I'll have to backtrack. If this is what you're saying, 2R2, I'd have to hit 2, go all the way across 2, and then go back, and then go back. And again, I want to limit the movement. My thought process is if I go T6, steel, I could just sweep them all. Boom, 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 boom. Versus having to go boom, 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 boom. If that makes sense. But yeah, I'm going to have to look at it. I'll see what the timing is, because my guess is this looks very narrow, right? This looks like it's like 2 feet across. Chances are this is gonna be 5 yards across. So I'll have plenty of time, but no, good call out. I'll see what happens. Have you tried video game for you? No, I haven't. You know, I've seen it, Dr. Brown. So I'm actually next 2026. I'm probably gonna get my. I'm probably gonna take the courses to get certified as an instructor. But I tell you that because I was looking into that, because that's part of what I want to incorporate. Right? Not everyone has access to, you know, ranges and live fire. So I think I was looking into, like, okay, if I do get my certification, I do start instructing, I do start a small business and training, like, not only do I want to do, you know, live fire, but also I think, you know, virtual training is really the way to go now also. Hell yeah, the gun. Garrett, what's up, Garrett? What's going on, man? Thanks for tuning in. If you're asking, well, appreciate the hell yeah. Glad you like it. Bull Armory Tac Pro, double stack 1911. Best thing to ever come out of Israel. So yeah, anyways, R2R, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens in terms of how I take this stage as well. I think there's a couple of them that I don't want to say they're wonky. I just think they're not to scale. So when I actually see it in motion, hopefully on one of these wonky stage, I'm not like first up. I can't stand like when I'm first up on a stage that, you know, requires a little more thinking than other stages, but we'll see. It's all good. I'm a gamer. If I got to go first, I'll go first. All right. Well, keep working my way on down. Norwood, what's going on, man? Happy Wednesday. I think it's Wednesday. I kind of lost track. I'm on work travel. Vincent, what's good? But how's your week going, Norwood? Hope all is well. I can't complain. I'm just studying the match book for this Saturday. So got a major match. You probably heard me talk about it on my other lives. Got my third major of the year on Saturday, and just got the match book today. So just studying. Vincent, what's good? Jaden, Melina, what's happening? What's good, y'all? Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate the love. Why you got a gun on your screen? Vincent, one, to protect myself in case someone breaks into my hotel room. That would be number one. Number two, it's not on my screen. The match book for the competition that I'm shooting on Saturday is on my screen. The firearm is actually behind it. But good observation, my guy. Jade, yeah, it's a 1911. This is a 2011, whatever you want to call it. I don't even know what people call these things nowadays. People yell at you for calling them 2011s, whatever. It's a 2011. It's a Bull Armory Tac Pro 9mm. Oh, it's all good. I'm just shooting this shit back, Vincent. Not a big deal, dude. We're a pretty laid back crew here. It's all good. No worries. Honestly, there is no reason. There is no reason that it's up there. So this is my competitive shooting match that I'm doing. I'm studying for Saturday. So I'm trying to memorize the stage plan on how I want to shoot it. And then that's my competition gun. So if you look at the page, feel free to subscribe if you like it. But check out the page. It's all built off of 2A. So, you know, competitive shooting. So that's kind of what I'm doing. I just spent like maybe the last hour and a half. I went through all 12 stages. So a lot of people that tune into my page are not familiar with competitive shooting. I appreciate the sub, Vincent. But just to kind of give you an idea of what I'm doing, a lot of people that tune into my page, they either want a competitive shoot, or they want to know more about it. So I was basically just kind of walking through like the rules of engagement. So you don't just kind of run out here and start shooting these targets. You know, you got to like be behind cover, which are these red lines. You got to shoot in certain order. So it's usually, you know, they refer to it as tactical priority, right? So if you're behind like cover, you would shoot, you know, outside in or slice the pie. If it's out in the open, you would shoot from near to far. So it's called tactical priority. But anyways, I was just kind of going through each stage and talking out loud to myself, really. And you guys are along for the ride, but talking out loud of how I want to start, how many shots I want to take, where I want to do my reload, how I want to hit my points of cover, things like that. So that's it. More educational. Is your safety pinned? No, it's not pinned. I thought about pinning it or taping it down, but I've never had a problem with it, man. I got like big hands. I'm 6'3", I'm a big dude. So getting my freaking hands around, that frame and getting, the safety squeezed in, I don't have a problem with it. I mean, like these things are like monsters, man. I'm not a small guy, so I think maybe people, depending on grip, might have a problem, pushing that in with their palm, and then they're not able to fire and they get frustrated. I don't have a problem with that. I appreciate it. Midem, I apologize if I said that incorrectly, but what's good? You might need to switch that to English. I'm not able to read it, my apologies, but if you understand English, much love, appreciate you tuning in. What's the tastiest part of your pistol? I'd probably say the tastiest part is probably the ports, because that's where like all the lube and goo and gunpowder residue, that like at the ports, like where there's 8 holes drilled up here, that's probably the tastiest part. Like that's where all the juice lube is, and the gunpowder, the nasty black residue. That's probably the best. I think that's my honest answer. Good stuff, man. For those of you guys that are just tuning in, appreciate you guys on this Wednesday night, just walking through game planning. If you're familiar with IDPA and competitive shooting, if you're not planning, then you don't plan on winning. Can't go into a match blind unless if you're dumb and you like to just lose and waste your money. I got to put my work in. Would you say it's more like a sharp taste or more of a sweet, distinguished taste? I've never really thought about it. I'd say it's definitely not a sweet, distinguished taste. I'd say it's kind of like a dry wine. What would you classify dry wine as? It has like a dry wine, kind of like an acquired taste, if that makes sense. Like it doesn't taste good, but it does taste good. That's what I would say. An acquired dry wine taste. How much does first place get? How much for 5th place? That's a good question. So first place, you don't usually win like a monetary prize. You might get like a gift card to like a gun store. You might have some other valuable prizes. I mean, some people give away actual firearms, silencers. Obviously, you have to transfer and go through the paperwork and stuff. I mean, there's definitely prizes, some prizes better than others. I compete though, Dr. Brown, because I want to level up in class. So I usually try to match bump, which means if you take first place, you bump to the next level. So if you're a master, you'll go to like distinguished master, or if you're in USPSA, you go to grandmaster. So again, if you're a beginner, a sharpshooter, you come in first place amongst all the sharpshooters, you bump up to expert. So yeah, I don't really do it for the money or the prizes. I think the last one I took first place and I got like a $500 gift certificate to somewhere. I think it's just kind of sitting next to the prize, the award. I haven't even used it, honestly. I was just so happy that I won first place. Yeah, so it depends. I mean, this one here, I think the prizes are going to be pretty nice just based on all the sponsors that they have. They have a lot of sponsors, so I think this is probably going to, these prizes will probably be nice this weekend. But yeah, usually not like a monetary. You don't get like a, $1,000 or something like that. I wish you did. It would help out considering how much we spend on competitive shooting. BMW King, what's up, man? Thanks for tuning in. That's a Bull Armory TAC Pro. So you can see it's a Hollow Sun 507 comp green dot. It's a 2011 Bull Armory V8 ports. So it has 8 ports up top. 20 round magazine. Probably about a 3-pound trigger right there. But it's a Bull Armory TAC Pro. Check them out. Made in Israel. You can't get them in your local shop. You got a direct order. They're made in Israel. They ship to Miami, Florida, and then from Miami, Florida, they ship to your FFL. Once they release them on their page, they disappear in like an hour. So you're not going to see a ton of them out and about. The good thing is they're not as expensive as a Staccato, but shoots just as good. Bull Armory makes some quality ass guns. All right, what else is out there? What else is out there, y'all? And if you haven't already, appreciate you guys tuning in. Double tap that screen. All you got to do is like boop 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 boop. Double tap that screen. Any other questions out there for game planning, competitive shooting, IDPA? Let me know. More than happy to answer questions as I continue to scroll through these. Again, I'm just going to try to memorize the more complicated ones. Some of these are pretty straightforward, but some of them I just haven't decided on exactly what I'm going to do. So feel free to ask. So you'll just see me scrolling and again, just talking to myself. I'm not sure if you guys are a fan of Ghost. This is my go-to. The sour pink lemonade is pretty good, but my go-to are bucked up. Ghosts are good. C4s are okay. Bucked up are by far my best favorite flavors. The Watchman's Voice. What's good, man? What's good, Watchman? Welcome in. If you're wondering what the hell you're looking at, just going through this Saturday's sanctioned IDPA match. So I just got the booklet today, 12 stages, and just kind of walking through, talking out loud to myself how I'm going to run these. A lot of, if you're familiar with IDPA shooting, a lot of it's stage planning, right? So are you going to go right? You're going to go left? Which ones you're going to shoot first? Obviously in tactical priority, there's rules to it, but really just trying to figure out what I'm going to do mentally before I like walk it in my basement tomorrow. That is the best Ghost flavor. Yeah, dude. This is like, I don't know, man. This is crazy good. It's scary good. Also, are you shooting Holiday Havoc? Damn, I thought I signed up for a Holiday Havoc. Where's that at? R2R. I saw that online. I saw that on Practice Score last year, and I thought I was signing up for it, but I don't know what happened. Fall season's kind of tough for me because my son plays football. My son plays college ball in the SEC. So that's why my last match, it's in the, yes, okay. No, I'm not. So I think for this year, correct me, yeah, that's it. So my son, his first game, he plays in the SEC, he's a linebacker. My last match is middle of August because their first game is August 30th. So after August, I don't do any more major matches because my wife and I and our daughter, we go watch him play ball. And that's why I didn't do it last year either. I wanted to, it looks crazy fun. But October's like, that's football season. So we enjoy our son football games and we travel on Friday for games on Saturday and we don't get back till Sunday. So yeah, my shooting will be done mid-August, and then I'll do local matches. But I won't do any more sanctioned matches where I have to travel because of football. How many in a mag? 20. The MCV 554, what's good? Thanks for tuning in. So yeah, the Bull Armory right there. That bad boy came with 4 20-round magazines. Not too shabby. Who needs the walk? You don't need a spare when it comes to 20, in my opinion. But yeah, it's not too shabby. Now again, don't get me wrong, the gun wasn't cheap by any stretch of the imagination, but 20-round magazines, 4 of them. I can't think of another manufacturer that ships 420s. Gotcha. Hope to see you at a major SM point next year. Yeah. So R2R. Go to my page, and in the description, hit me up. My email's there. Hit me up, and we'll share information, and maybe we'll cross paths. There's a couple of dudes that I follow on the tube, and they follow me back, and we just like I know that they're going to be at a certain match, and we just connect and stuff. So yeah, hit me up, email if you want. It's up to you. No pressure. I'm not gonna hurt my feelings if you don't email me. But yeah, if you want to link up, try to figure out like what matches you're going to be around. I travel a ton too. I'm not sure where you're at, but I travel all over the Midwest. I go as far as Pittsburgh for competitions. So usually if I travel for business too, if I travel for business, I'll just go on practice score, and I'll just find a local match, and I'll just hop right in, even when I'm on business. So yeah, hit me up, man. We'll link up. Nice double stack single feed. Yeah, it's a double stack. So double stack 1911. Harley Dreams, what's good? Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, so it has a little bit of a extension. You can see the kind of the mag well is blocking it, but it has a little bit of an extension. But how they fit 20 rounds in there, man, I don't know how they did it. But again, Bull Armory puts out some quality stuff, so they managed to get 20 in that sucker. Now, I will say it's a little tight. So when I actually compete, I can only have 11, 10 plus 1, but I only stack it with 19. So 20 fits, not a problem. But when I have 1 in the chamber and I have 20 in here, inserting it, sometimes it doesn't sit all the way in. So I only stack it with 19 on my spare mag. Harley Dreams, yep, what's up? Thanks for tuning in. Notorious Malfunction piece. BG, is that like a factual statement, or is that based off of like opinion or what you've seen on like YouTube? I'm really interested. I'm not trying to be a jerk, BG. I really want to know Notorious Malfunction piece. If you're all right, so fact, Jack. Okay, so how do you know? How is that fact? Have you ever shot a Bull Armory? Have you ever shot a Bull Armory? You've probably shot the other, Springfields, and whatever other, I'm just curious. Bull Armory, have you shot a Bull Armory? Probably not, because you can't even get these. It's because the double stack single action. You're misinformed, man. And hey, listen, that's cool. A lot of people, they base a lot of people in the 2A community, they regurgitate a lot of what they hear and see. If it happens 1 time, 2 times, and someone, especially like if someone of social media status, like an influencer, they say it, and all of a sudden it becomes fact. Let me tell you right now, and I'm not even making this up. This gun right here, I haven't had a single malfunction, and I compete every single week. This gun probably has well over 5,000 rounds and not a single malfunction. Not even user error, not even from limp wrist, not one. I'm not talking about like a dozen, not one. And I got well over 5,000 rounds through it. But yeah, there are issues with some budget, 2011s, clones, again, a Bull Armory, I don't even know if you've ever even heard of it. This is some of the most quality guns made ever. But again, it's all good. Appreciate the opinion. I don't think that's fact though, BG. I think you probably saw that somewhere or heard it or read it, and it's become fact to you. But reality, perception is reality. I get it, so it's all good. I haven't not a single issue. Well over 5,000 rounds. And like I said, I compete weekly. Haven't had a single issue. JK King, what's good? Thanks for tuning in. I'm back. Vincent, what's good? Welcome back. We're just back, just shooting the shit. You know, I'm done kind of going through the game planning here. I think my brain's a little fried. I think I have my game plan, so I'm pretty set on where I'm gonna navigate all 12 stages. So we're just shooting the shit right now. You know, there's difference of opinion. BG somehow thinks like all 2011s are malfunction prone. So we're kind of debating whether or not that was because he had a bad experience, or somehow is it proven that all 2011s are faulty. I don't know. Yeah, I think that's the problem again with like the 2A community. Like there's so much misinformation, you know, like, and I think it's so like monkey see, monkey do too. You know, it's like if we see somebody with a Glock, all of a sudden Glock is the best gun ever. Although I do think Glock is the best gun ever. You know, or if someone's wearing this gear or this brand, all of a sudden it's the best brand. Or you know, you put this light on your firearm, so it's, you know, you got all these social media influencers telling you to buy this light, buy this holster, do it this way, hold your gun like this, and it's all just a bunch of malarkey. It's all a bunch of BS. You know, like you do what you think feels good to you and how you can be efficient and effective, and not what someone else is doing. You know, you buy the stuff that you want to buy that's going to make you a better, you know, prepared civilian or shooter or whatever it is. But, you know, have some facts behind it, have some data behind it. Don't just buy a holster because Joe Schmo on the internet said buy this holster. A lot of the times those guys are just being sponsored, or maybe they ship them the holster, and you know they're obligated to say, oh, buy this holster. Why? Because they got it for free, and they're probably trying to get monetized off of it. Doesn't mean that that is the best holster ever created, and that goes for everything. You know, like you see people with these, just, I don't know, man. Again, I try not to be judgmental, because I think there's so much judgment in the 2A community. It's kind of like nasty, you know, but it's like, I just get tired of like people trying to tell other people what they should and should not be buying or doing or wearing, and conversely telling people, you know, what they should or should not. Really, again, both sides. You know, like for me, I try to be very neutral and give my opinion and give my experience. If I state something, it's my experience. Not saying it's fact. I'm just saying, in my experience, I found it beneficial for me to do it this way, or I found that this accessory worked well for me. Many we shouldn't have permits to carry. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. Honestly, that's a debatable topic. Permits to carry. I think you should have a permit to carry. Where I live, you don't need a permit. A lot of states are getting away with the permits. I think you need to go through a course for safety for two reasons. Maybe not how to operate it, you know, like an expert, but I think you need to go through a class to understand the liability. You know, okay, most people don't understand the liability when you can defend yourself. All right, so you should go through a class to understand the liability, and you should also understand the safety. How does it operate? All right, what's real, what's not real? How do you manipulate your firearm? I think safety and education of liability in legal situations, you shouldn't have to go get a permit. But taking those classes, that doesn't teach you how to be a good shooter. Like most classes, you shoot 200 rounds. That doesn't teach you jack shit. I think the class should be, again, legal warning on what could happen legally, and then two, safety. How's your hand steadiness on game day? I guess it depends on I guess it depends on the match, man. I say my last two matches, game day, if that's what you're referring to, game day, hand's been pretty steady. I took first last major match. I took second the match before that. Both of them were tier 3 matches. So I like to say when it comes to game day, that's when I do my best work. But then also keep in mind, if you're familiar with my page, I played football all my life. So I played in the NFL. I played collegiate football. I'm a college Hall of Famer. So game day, and when the lights come on, that's where I do my best work. Like you can't, when you play football, either in college or in the NFL, and the lights come on, you can't get all big-eyed and get nervous and clam up. Like that's when you need to perform. So when it comes to shooting on Saturday, yeah, I tend to do good, except for my last one, which I changed the irons for a month, and I did terrible with irons, but whatever, that was a fluke. Have you shot a GPA match yet? What's a GPA match, R2R? I may or may not know what it is. Beckett Too Real, what's good, man? Appreciate you tuning in. What did you holy yap pipe down? Yeah, I was too busy rambling. But what was your question, Beckett Too Real? Sorry, I missed it. Literally, I was like on a tangent. Some of this stuff fires me up, man. Like this 2A community. Yeah, type your question again. Sorry, I missed it. Why is there, what? I don't know a name. Why is there a Glock V? I don't know what VRO stands for, but that's definitely not a Glock. Are you like one of those guys or gals that think everything's a Glock? What kind of Tommy Boy? What's up, Tommy Boy? That's a Bull Armory Tac Pro, the V8 ports. Back about to crash. Yeah, Beck, ask your question again, man. All right, tell me, well, what kind of 20? Yeah, I answered that already. Bull Armory Tac Pro has the V8 ports, so 8 ports in the front. Is a new sport that people in Delaware created. It's an IDPA with old rules and can force shooting on the move. It is closer to IDPA and it seems to be taken off. I'll have to check it out. I haven't seen it. I'll have to research it. I'll research it and then I'll get on, USPSA. Got it. I'll have to get on Practice Score and I'll see if there's any GPA in my area. I have not come across it or heard it, but I'll check it out. I like trying new stuff. I usually spend my time between IDPA, USPSA, and then 2-gun. So I do 2-gun once or twice a month. I don't overhype anything on my YouTube channel. I feel responsible for my viewers. Yeah, you know what? That's a good way to look at it. Terra Tactical, I'll have to check you out. I'll have to check your page out. Yeah, you know, I feel the same thing. You know, I give my opinion. I don't overhype stuff. You know, I don't make stuff up for views. I'm not going to promote stuff for views. You know, like, again, what you see is what you get on my page. I'm going to try to be as original as I possibly can with my content and be honest as I can. And again, I think people are just running wild with just making stuff up for likes and subs. And the problem is like you said, the viewers believe it. They see it, they hear it, and all of a sudden, like, that becomes their reality. And it's like, that's not what I want my channel to be. Which is why you'll see on my last couple of videos, I'm kind of going against the grain. Like my last one was like everyone promoting these freaking man bags, these 945 bags and these grab bags. You got all these fanny bags and everyone just saying, first of all, I know a lot of people that EDC and none of them carry a fanny bag, but all of a sudden you have all of these channels saying like everyone is just carrying these fanny bags. I don't ever see them. And again, there's a time and place for them. I'm not against them. I'm just saying I think they make you a target, like a female walking down the street with her purse. There's something valuable inside that. You're making yourself a target. I'm not even questioning the speed in terms of getting it out of the bag versus, you know, inside the waistband. I'm just simply saying, if you're at gunpoint and they're looking at you and they want that bag, you're just SOL. That's a nice gun. Good luck on it. Appreciate it, Tommy John. Tommy boy, appreciate that, man. Yeah, so I got my third major on Saturday. Took first on the last one, second on the one before that. This one's going to be probably the toughest of the three. I'm going to be happy if I take top 5. I think top 3 will get me to the next level up. Top 3 might put me at distinguished master. We'll see what happens. I don't want to jinx myself. Jeremy, fanny bag screams, there is a 100%. Yeah, it's literally like, look at me, I am carrying. And honestly, you're probably going to be the first target. You're going to be the first one out of everybody. But whatever. My YouTube channel is pretty chill. I'm not trying to lead or influence anyone. Yeah, same here. You know, I don't necessarily think I'm trying to lead or guide anyone in any direction. I think what I'm trying to build is just my perspective, my opinion, what works for me, and really trying to relate to like the newer shooters, beginner shooters, because even though I'm a master shooter, I'm still a beginner. I still have so much more to learn. So I'm really trying to build the content around new to shooting or newer to shooting, not necessarily what you see in terms of like these Navy SEALs or like Grandmasters. So again, just kind of like from a new shooter perspective, here's my opinion is really how I'm trying to build my content. Let's see, DM can only be earned at Worlds. What? If you get first or within a percentage of first. Are you serious? You just ruined all my R2R. Is that, I did not know that. That's really gonna suck. Well, I guess I'm gonna be stuck at master then. Now, if I take top 3, I'll still be happy. If I don't get a match bump. Well, I can't get a match bump, but if I take top 5, I'll still be happy. It'll be a victory. If I take top 3, I'm gonna be happy. If I win out, I'll be on high life. Yeah, I didn't know that. Damn, I thought you could match bump all the way up. That sucks. Were you in a hot tub the other night, Larry? Yeah, so that's hilarious, Larry. Yeah, so me and my wife do hot tub nights. Usually on Sunday and Wednesday, we're in the hot tub shooting the shit. But I'm on work travel. So I'm in a different state. And so I decided I'll go through my matchbook. I've been studying this pretty much all evening. I'm done now. The first hour and a half I did it. Oh, I appreciate it. Yeah, so yeah, we usually do hot tub night together on Sundays, some Wednesdays, and maybe Thursday. But yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, we talk about everything. We talk about in the hot tub, guns, relationships, marriage, vacation, food. Like, it's like nothing's off limits on hot tub live nights. Yeah, it is first in your class at a level 5. Damn. Well, I guess maybe in 2026, R2R, I'll have to figure out how to get the DM. Give me a good goal to work towards. Honestly, I probably have a lot of work to do before I get the DM. So we'll see. In that case, mark my words, if I take top 5 on Saturday, I'm going to be pretty happy. Because honestly, I recognize some of the names that are in master class this Saturday. I went through the squad list, and I recognize some of the names. And there's some dope shooters in Carry Optics Master on Saturday. If I even beat a few of them, I will be impressed with myself. I just know the names, and a few of them I follow. It's funny, I follow online too, so I watch their content, and they're quite impressive. I'm gonna need to run my best 12 stages ever on Saturday in order to place top 5. I'm gonna need a good night's rest. It's a 4-hour drive for me too, so that's gonna suck. I think I'm gonna make the hike Friday night up to Michigan. So I'll drive up Friday night. I'll get a good night's rest. Shooting starts at 9 a.m. So when I went to West Virginia, I think that was a 3.5-hour drive. I drove that the morning of the match. So I got up at like 4:30, drove 3.5 hours, shot all day in the rain. Somehow placed first, but that was brutal. And then I drove all the way back.
I think there are 4 or 5 DMs in the country at the moment for carry optics. The other divisions have, because they have been around longer. Yeah, yeah. So I haven't even done any of that research. Man, 4 or 5 DMs. Yeah, that's impressive. That's like an elite crew. Yeah, I wish I could have gone. I probably need more work to go to like nationals. I know a lot of people that are going to nationals, but I have a long way to go probably to compete at that level. I was honestly hoping just to get lucky and somehow they had a bad day and I had a great day and then match bump, but now that's obviously not going to happen. But whatever, it's all good. Wishful thinking. Yeah, I got a long way to go, but 2026. I mean, honestly, I don't think it's that far fetched. I made master class in less than a year. So like I said, I wasn't competitively shooting. I was just kind of plinking around, hanging around, the club, shooting, learning. Um, yeah, I competitively started shooting less than a year, made master. So who knows? Maybe I can make DM in the next year, year and a half. I mean, anything's possible, right? Just got to put in the work. Oh, my ghost is empty. I need to get some water. Oh shit. Yeah, that ghost is freaking delicious, man. That pink lemonade is dangerous. Yeah, I gotta figure out on some of these stages if I'm gonna go right or left though. I think that's probably what's gonna keep me up tonight. Like I said, I prefer to go left to right, but I think tonight I'm gonna toss and turn in my hotel bed, wondering if I should go right to left. That's gonna drive me nuts. Yeah, you got to put in the work. It's definitely possible. Yeah, it's the shooting community. I'm probably gonna go on a little bit more of a rant again. The shooting community is so fun funny because everyone wants to be great at shooting, but a lot of people not willing to put in the work or the effort, and it's not cheap either. Ammo is not cheap, and a lot of times, you might not have access, or you're driving a little further out to go to the right range to get your work in. But if you want to do it, you got to do it. You can't. You're not just going to be able to somehow save your life or your family's life by not practicing. A lot of people just think having the firearm near, like they're safe with that, doesn't mean you're going to be accurate or effective or efficient. I mean, when that thing goes boom, people that haven't heard that or not familiar with it, they're going to be highly inefficient. Quite frankly, they're probably going to like shit their pants. Yeah, I think on my way home tomorrow, I'm probably going to stop by the range. I go right by the range that I membership at. I driving home, I'm going to go right by. I'm probably going to just go there, get a couple of draws, you know, just work on consistent trigger pull, probably let off 50 rounds and call it a day just to warm up, just to get something downrange tomorrow. Whispers of the Unseen. Love the name, man. What's going on? What sites should I add onto my new G18? This is going to sound real crazy, but I wouldn't add any sights. Leave them as is. If you like to shoot irons, now maybe, I don't know, you could probably add a night sight, front sight to it. But honestly, again, depending on what you like, if it's already cut for an optic, I personally would say put an optic on it. Again, if it's already milled, I'd put an optic on it. But if you prefer irons, I would. Again, my opinion, I would black out the rear, and I'd put, maybe a night sight on the front. I like blacked out rears. I do not like those that white U thing on the back of Glock sights. Yeah, you go with irons. Yeah, I black out the backs. You don't even need to buy new ones. You just take some fingernail polish or a freaking, a Sharpie, whatever, and black out the rears. The personal preference. My EDC, the rears are blacked out, and I just have a front sight, night sight. But again, I think it always comes down to just personal preference. Can I use paint for the? I wouldn't use paint because then you're not gonna be able to control the paint going everywhere unless if you have one of those devices to take the, I forget what they're called, to take the rear side out. Then you probably can. If you have one, yeah, take it out then spray paint it. But if not, you could buy an actual blacked out rear sight, or again, you could just use fingernail polish. Yeah, or a Sharpie. It all works. Whatever's gonna be easier on your eyes. I don't like trying to like. I think with that rear white rear sight, I don't know. For me, it always kind of threw me off. I never got used to it. Safari, what's going on? Nothing's up with it. It's just chilling, man. Let her be. She's just hanging out. Just hanging out, chilling. Just admire her. Double tap that screen. Tell her hello. She ain't doing nothing, just chilling. But if you really want to know, that's my competition piece, which is going over the stages for this Saturday. I shoot competitively, so I was just going through, but that's what I shoot with, and that's what I'll be shooting this with her. So they go hand in hand. I appreciate the sub. Yeah, so if you're familiar with anything we've been talking about, I've just been game planning, and now that you subbed, appreciate that, by the way. You'll see the content. It's all competitive shooting, so most of my content's going to be around getting into competitive shooting. So that's like what I've built my channel off of. I hope you enjoy the content as you dig into it. LEOC, I thought you asked about maybe a light or something. No, I don't have any light. I don't really believe in lights. If that's our laser, maybe you said laser. Lights, lasers, I don't do any of that. Oh, if you're asking about the dot, yeah, so that's a green dot. Appreciate it, Safari. It's Saturday, so wish me luck. I'm hoping to place top 5. I'm hoping to win, don't get me wrong. But there's some really good shooters. Top 3 would make my day. Top 5 is the goal. Win it all would just make my day. So yeah, that's a Hollow Sun 507 comp. So it's the big daddy of optics. So it's it's huge. You could probably see from here. I mean, that thing is gigantic. It's not really made for EDC. It's made for competitive shooting. I mean, when I say it's like a tank, it's a tank. It's huge. But when you're getting on target, that huge window really helps out a lot. So check it out. Yeah, Hollow Sun 507 comp. That's what's up there. And I have astigmatism, so I use green. I don't like red. Red doesn't work well with my eyes, my stigmatisms. If that's a word, stigmatisms. I have 2 of them, both eyes. Yeah, red doesn't work good. Green works really well with my eyes. I never use lasers because in a real situation from far away. Yeah, I don't do lasers. I mean, first, who has time for lasers? And again, probably opening up yourself to visibility. I don't know. I'm not a fan of any gadgets and accessories other than my EDC. I have nothing on it. Not even an optic. I go irons with my EDC. Yeah, I'm kind of old-fashioned. Like I just said, my EDC, bare bones, nothing on it. There's not a single added accessory or part to my EDC. Bare bones, Shadow Systems, MR920, stock trigger, iron sights, as is. Now, that bad boy, she's decked out. But again, that's for competitive shooting. Her name, that's Black Mamba. I named her Black Mamba. If you're a Kobe fan, rest in peace. But that's Black Mamba. All right. Keep going through. The more I look at these, the more I'll memorize them, and the more they'll just be burned in my head. I saw someone break their wrist at the range because they thought shooting a deagle one-handed was cool. What's a deagle? I've never heard of it. Or what should I ask? Like, what caliber is it? Like a 500 Magnum or some shit? It's crazy. Did they drop it? Oh, a D-Eagle. Oh, Jesus Christ. Maybe I need to go to bed. I probably need to go to bed. It's getting late. A D-Eagle, Desert Eagle. Yeah. Was it the 50 AE? Yeah. Why would you want to do that? Why? Again, maybe for social media or cool or video. But why would you want to one hand a Desert Eagle? It makes no sense. Honestly, I don't even want to shoot that with two hands. Like, no. I'm a big dude and I could probably hold it. Honestly, I could probably shoot it with one hand, but I wouldn't want to. Yeah, I'm sure they got banned. Yeah, idiots. My guess is they probably weren't even shooters. Like, they probably don't even shoot a lot. And they probably just, like, you see these people with shotguns, never shot a shotgun, the shit like flips out of their hands. People that don't understand firearms and understand like the recoil management and how powerful they can be, those are the idiots that do stuff like that. They think they can one-hand a D. Mr. Batman, what's good? What's happening? Good evening. Happy Wednesday. Thanks for tuning in. You're probably wondering what the hell you're looking at. Spent the last couple of hours just game planning. Got a major match on Saturday, so I'm just trying to memorize the stages. The more I can see them, the more I'll kind of formulate my game plan on how I want to take the shots, where I want to take the shots from. But appreciate you tuning in. They looked 19 shooting their dad's gun. Yeah, that sounds about right. Goofy-ass kids. They're lucky they didn't freaking shoot themselves. Yeah. I wanted to buy a Desert Eagle at one point in time, the 50 AE. The short one, I forget what it's called. It's the short version. It might have ports on the top. Man, that thing looks like a freaking tank. But I can't bring myself to spend $2,000 on a gun that also requires $2 a bullet. Like, I don't even like paying 20 cents a round for my. I pay 22 cents a round to shoot this thing. I don't even want to pay that. Why do I want to pay $2 a round? Oh, how do you play? Mr. Batman, how do you play what? No, so this is like a PDF. So this is a PDF of the match I'm actually going to run this weekend. So like, this is just telling me what the stage looks like. And then on Saturday, I'll run it. So you start here at the sound of the buzzer. I'll shoot this one 2 times. Then I'll move to point 1. I'll shoot those each 2 times. I'll reload, run here, shoot those, and then run through here and shoot that one. These are non-threats. You shoot these, you get 5 seconds added to your time. So yeah, that's basically how you play, if that's what you're asking, like a video game, I guess. But like, there's certain rules of engagement. It's called tactical priority. So like, through this port here, you got to shoot. It's called slice to pie. So this one I shoot outside in. So I got to shoot this threat first, and then this one without shooting the non-threat. It's definitely real guns, Mr. Batman. I would like to do airsoft, but I don't have time to do airsoft. And honestly, I much rather shoot real guns. Although airsoft looks really fun, especially nowadays. I mean, those guns look freaking real. And the pellets or whatever they shoot, I mean, they're so fast and accurate. I would like to do it, but I spend, outside of work, I spend all my time working out and shooting, and obviously with my family. So if I somehow had time to do airsoft, I probably would, because I'm sure it's an awesome adrenaline rush. I just don't have time. I'm sure there's airsoft around me too. I just don't know where it's at. I probably need to research it. Do you do airsoft, Mr. Batman? Maybe you can give me some tips other than don't get shot. I think that's the thing. I probably don't want to do airsoft. I mean, like if someone shoots me early on and then I gotta like leave the stage and not be able to get to like play, like that drives me nuts. Like when I play like video games and I die and then I gotta wait to spawn, I get angry. I don't want to play. So I can only imagine being in airsoft, getting shot and then like having to walk off with my hand up like, okay, well, see you guys on the next round. Like that would, like, I don't know, that'd piss me off a little bit. Especially if I got shot early. And now you're just waiting for everyone else to get shot. I'm like, fuck this, I'm going home. All right, winding down here. This next one's gonna keep me up at night too. Oh, okay. Whispers, I didn't know that. So a lot of time you just, oh, so like that, is that like your spawn, your respawn? You just go back to base, touch something and come back in? Okay, so that might make it worth it for me. I thought maybe you had to wait till everyone like gets shot and then you restart. I think cause maybe that's in my head because when I played paintball as a kid, like that's how paintball was. You had to wait for everyone else to get shot, and there's like, okay, like 45 minutes have went by because people are fucking camping and hiding and shit. Okay, so most of the time you go back to base, touch something. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's what drove me nuts when I used to paintball. Like again, this was 20 years ago when I'm 45 years old now, but 30 years ago when I paintball, like waiting for everyone else to get shot. I'm like, yeah, I ain't got time for this shit. I'm way too impatient. Yeah, so I didn't even see this. I didn't even see this little note here. So I'm glad I went back through it. So yeah, T8. I knew one of these were going to be a surprise target. Surprise. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna go left here. I'm gonna shoot T2, T1, move left, shoot T3, and then when I move beyond P2, this note answers my question. So after I shoot T3, I'm gonna move up to P5 and this becomes the surprise target. I'll shoot T8, 2, 4, 6, 8, and then from P5, I'll shoot T7. I will then reload and move to P4, 2, move to P3, 4, 6. All right, I didn't even see the note there. So yeah, I knew one of them was gonna be a surprise target depending on which direction you went, because I was kind of contemplating going right first, but again, I prefer the reload left to right, so I literally just happened to scroll down and see that. This looked like it's gonna be 18 yards. That's not gonna be an easy shot. All right, T8, T3 surprise target if first exposed from right. Yeah, that's gonna be 18. That'll be 18 yards. That'll be a hard shot. I might need to throw 3 shots down there. Joe Dirt, what's going on? Nah, this is just IDPA. This is the Who's Your Daddy. So if you're familiar with IDPA, this is the Michigan Who's Your Daddy. I have the Michigan State Championship after this one, maybe August 10th. I don't do 3-gun. I do 2-gun. So I do 2-gun once or twice a month, but not 3-gun. I don't own a shotgun. I wish I did, because I was kind of wanting to get into 3-gun, But right now I just do IDPA, USPSA. This is IDPA, and then I do the 2-gun matches as well. Thanks, Whispers. Appreciate it, man. Utah, oh man, great state of Utah. Yeah, go handle business. Appreciate you tuning in. You'll catch me and my wife on lives on Sundays. I'll be shooting on Saturday. The 12 stages videos, they'll be posted on Sunday. So wish me luck. But I appreciate you tuning in. Much love. Have a good night, Whispers. Joe Dirt, you made it to the championship though. That's badass. Well, each state has a championship, and you don't necessarily have to make it there. I did win the West Virginia. It's the Panhandle Put Down. I won that one a few months back. So yeah, we'll see what happens on Saturday. I'm excited. I feel good. I feel good about where I stack up. There's some good shooters. These stages look not too complicated. The stages actually look decent. They're not overly complicated. I think the shooters that I know that are going, there's going to be some stiff competition. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Yeah, 180 always going to be a problem. You know, especially when you're moving laterally, R2R. Yeah, I'm always, you know, the good thing is as I'm probably moving laterally, I'm going to be reloading, which means my muzzle, just by nature of your wrist, is going to be pointed down, you know, down range, because I'll have to reload after 2, 4, 6, 8 at P5. So as I move left to right, I'll be reloading. So hopefully my muzzle, I mean, that would suck to get a DQ. I don't even want to speak that shit into existence, because then I'll be driving home 4 hours mad as a motherfucker. So I'm not even gonna think about that. All right, you guys. Well, I think my eyes and my brain have had enough, so kind of winding down here. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Everyone that's jumped in early, feedback, commentary, all the love. Appreciate you guys. So hope you guys have a good night. Get through Wednesday, Friday. Enjoy your weekend. And again, much love. Really appreciate you guys tuning into the channel. If you haven't already, again, check out the page. Hopefully you like the content. R2R, hopefully you've hit me up on email. It's on my description. We'll try to connect at a match. Or if anything, just stay connected and shoot the shit with shooting. But anyways, you guys, have a good night. Get some rest. Wish me luck on Saturday. Much love, you guys. God bless.